medical study on the effects of marijuana use confirms that everyone knows you're high and that you'll most likely never stop feeling like this.
Your parents know you're high. Your friends know you're high. Strangers on the street know you're high.
Welcome to Everyone Knows You're High. Hosted by Uncle Kalei.
You're gonna never come back, you know, all that stupid shit.
And Uncle Erik.
If I could retreat away.
Yeah, you should definitely try that.
This is forever. This is the new reality.
Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show.
Anyway, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Everyone Knows You're High, starring the Grow Guru and myself, Erik, voice from the planet. No guest this week.
None.
So we opened it up for questions. Which camera I'm at? On Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Did we not, sir?
Yes. I didn't get to see him though. Did you see him?
I did.
Okay.
No. We're starting a lot later than normal. I don't know if people tuned in earlier on our live, but we announced the winner of our giveaway. I saw Hemper. My brain don't work with words, apparently.
Gigging.
Giggity. But we announced the winner of our giveaway, sponsored by Hemper Cole. Ocean box sitting next to it here on the table is next week's box. Well, this is gonna come out way after that.
You can't hold up the weed and say that this is next week's box. They're gonna think it's a jar of
We're
weed.
getting out of the way. You see it. It's not the weed.
It's like next year's winner, a fucking jar of weed. No, sorry, it's another box.
But you can go check out our Instagram. On there, we did an unboxing.
It's pretty cool.
Like all the kids are doing.
It's a fucking deal, man. I mean, just subscribe, tag your friends, follow, solidify. Yeah, dude, it's a fucking dope box. There's a lot of shit in there, man, for free, just by following and joining us.
You may be the lucky one. We had a lucky winner earlier tonight. And
Oh, small kind of high. Sorry.
what did you say?
Huh? I said solidify.
You can follow Solidify.
Yeah, follow solidify and small kind of high. Fuck it.
All you're gonna see is women in bathing suits.
It's good.
Which one is the women in bathing suits?
Solidify for the women's in bathing suits and small kind high for
Or your edible?
all your edible needs.
Yes. New sponsors of the podcast. Yeah. And Hemper will be providing these boxes for one lucky listener per month. So stay tuned. That's the only reason you listen and subscribe and follow and do all that shit is to win one of these boxes. That's fucking cool. But there's a lot of cool information and fun times to be had on this podcast. This is episode what? 27 gonna be. Whoa, dude, that's a lot, bro.
Hey, we did good, man. Keeping it fresh.
We rolled over the milestone of episode 25 with very little fanfare. So, it's late, but shout out episode 25.
Yeah, we're doing that thing.
And we're over 100 subscribers on fucking YouTube. Did you know that?
No, but I really don't. I just want to make sure that whoever we bring on, and it'll come with the momentum of people following. You know, we want people to follow because we want the people that are on here to have the exposure they need and answer the questions that people fucking want to know.
Yeah, we have fucking cool people on, so.
Yes.
They're worth the follow. They're worth checking out. And we're worth checking out, aren't we? Also, before we continue, we got butt naked behind the scenes tonight, I should say.
Congrats to Turtle Doves.
Yes, that's
on
what I
his
was gonna say,
new Baby.
New addition to the Turtle Dove Ohana. Congratulations, brother.
Awesome.
Bebe. He's taking his
Paternity.
right now, so
He's geeking it.
He's geeking it at home with his new baby and his lady. So
Hell yeah, man. Right on.
he's with us in spirit as always.
He's probably live.
Is your mic on? Are you talking to the mic? I can't even hear you, dude. Try to look at number 5, maybe? Try number 4.
So I went to the Big Island this past week, and the microclimates,
Yeah.
the elevation that you go on, and it's like, honestly, it's like you're hitting a new state every single time you go to a different location in elevation. You know, got to see Akaka Falls, Rainbow Falls, all of which have completely different microclimates. Went up to Volcano. Got to check out some lava tubes, got to fucking actually dig down in the dirt and see what's there, you know? I mean, I can't identify species-wise what's there, but just see like the fungal hyphae and what they're doing, you know what I mean? Like, and the trees and how old they are, and just to see that symbiotic relationship with what's going on that hasn't been disturbed by anybody.
Right.
Fucking amazing.
So you're mostly on the Hilo side?
We're, Hilo,
Volcano.
Alta Volcano, Puna side,
Did all touristy shit, went to the lava tubes.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like, hey, look at this lava tube. It was like just hiking like, oh shit, there's a fucking lava tube.
Let's go
out there.
spelunking.
Spelunking.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, he's
There you go.
here.
That's loud. Maybe you go right between like 0 and 5. Match like our levels. But yeah, that's Bud Naked, everyone.
Hey,
He was operating the liveness of the live.
let's rip this orange cheese.
Yes. Continuing the new tradition started on the last episode of stating vocally and aloud what you're thankful for before this first joint of the episode. I feel like during we were talking, I thought of something and I just forgot. So, what was the name word? One word Kanaka.
Suck you fucker.
We love, can we just say we love the fucking Instagram handle, by the way?
I love it.
And then, okay, here's what I was gonna be thankful for is our 420th follower on Instagram. Special shout out to fucking, what is it? Ule.
Yeah, that's it.
Ule. Something like that. Our 420th follower on Instagram.
That's what's up.
A lot's been happening, man. We've been growing fucking.
Thank you guys, we appreciate
Huh?
it.
Ule.
Ule.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Pray for D.
Yikes.
We'll see.
Well, thanks for following. I'm appreciative of all the people who subscribe and listen and support, so that's what I'm thankful for.
Some people gotta pray for all different kinds of things, man. Oh man. So I can't see who's on my live. I think I have to go off and go back on because it's like.
Yeah, we'll restart.
Alright, I'm gonna restart, guys. Join back. Okay?
Maybe that means you have 0.
No, I have like 15.
Well, why? Who cares? They're on there. They can see you right. No.
No, you know, you want to ask questions and shit.
Maybe somebody reported you and got fucking blocked.
Everyone's there.
Well, so
It was a justice system.
yeah, it's working against you now. So we did post and ask the public for questions. We did get some.
Hey.
We got a lot from a few people.
Okay. Things are burning nice and clean right now.
It's tight, bro.
Yeah?
Like a toy girl.
There you go. I can start seeing.
All right, guys. So let's let the.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm thankful for loyal fucking friends
Amen.
that are always there, no matter what. Even if you don't know them very long, fucking appreciative of people having your back, no matter what. So shout out.
Yo. But what I was gonna say, okay, so.
Oh, Jason's on. What's up, Mr. Sugarshine?
Oh shit! You said his last name on the podcast.
That's okay. He lives all the way up there in Oregon.
Oh, now you told everybody what stage it is.
His address is, I'm just kidding.
No, but we'll go through the questions that we got through the post first, and hopefully those people are joined so they can receive their answers. If not, subscribe to the YouTube, and these episodes are released later for you. So if you're ready to get into it, if you're done saying hi to all your friends on it.
This is my cousin, man. I love this guy. I love you, Jason.
One of my oldest friends too. I've known him since kindergarten.
That's how I met you, right?
Yes, yes. Let's see. Okay, how do I do this? Okay, let me. This is interesting podcasting so far. Anyway.
Yeah. We can fill in the blanks however we want. We're smoking on orange cheese right now. Some good friends are testing it out right now just to give us a...
Are you on the Grogu line?
Yeah.
I told you I don't do good with words.
It's fine. Just gotta enunciate. It's like California air, man. She got you all fucking
we talk about
smart
our
now.
California trip too if we ever run out of things to say.
I don't think it'll fucking happen, dude.
No, it's pretty fucking cool, man. I'm gonna talk about Voices from the Planet, which you should all be subscribed to as well. You don't have to do it on YouTube, there's nothing on YouTube, but iTunes, Spotify, Anchor.fm. Okay, so we get into our first question from Drew,
Yeah.
73rd Eye.
Brother Drew.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go in the order that they appeared. We're not gonna fucking...
Space them out, we can talk about it. You know what I mean? Not to just go...
No, well, yeah, it depends how long your answer. If your answer's 30 seconds, then...
I don't know, energy drinks got me fucking pretty chatty.
Really? All right, first question. Explain how to flush a cannabis plant and then flush. I don't know what that means.
Oh, okay. I think I know what it means.
What is flushing a plant? What does that mean even?
So it's kind of a fucking interesting subject because everyone knows what osmosis is, right?
Some people might not.
Or diffusion, right? So
Nope.
diffusion is an area of high concentration spreading out to reach homeostasis, right?
A balance, that means?
A balance.
Using big words, use small words for
It's-
people who don't work with those.
It's concentration dispersing to be eaten.
So for people who don't understand, I think what the guru is trying to say is like when you have your Kool-Aid water, when you have your water before you put in your squirt flavor, you fucking squirt it and it's not diluted, it's just streaming down. Mixing it is what you're talking about, so it's evenly dispersed throughout whatever the medium
So
is.
let's use food coloring, right? Food coloring is very concentrated.
Okay.
When you dip food coloring into fucking water, the water goes from dark red food coloring to pink.
Right.
It just disperses, right? So that's what it's trying to do with the plant. But the plant right now is, and this works for, especially in the hydro sense, not so much in living soil.
Hydroponics.
Hydroponics. So by creating an area of low concentration in the root zone, by theory, the plant's going to leach out any high concentration that's within the plants into the water. So you just pull out the water. In an organic setting, because your organics is supposed to be a system that is symbiotic, right? So there should be no flushing involved with organic growing. People tend to do that anyway. I kind of lay off the nutrients. I don't like flush completely. I lay off the nutrients. I don't do any top dresses. I kind of just let nature break itself down over time.
So you're slowly weaning it off prior, so that way there's a point where eventually, by the time it's ready, it's kind of naturally flushed itself.
Yeah, because nutrients comes in if you're an organic grower, organic form. The mycelia needs to break down, or the fungi or biology needs to break down that organic insoluble form into inorganic nutrients for the plant to use. So there's a chain of command: organic, inorganic, available. Right? Hydroponics is just straight inorganic, available. So there's no need for that mycelia or that symbiotic relationship.
Right.
That's when you need to flush, because there's no breakdown happening. There's no independent value of the plant saying that, like, hey, I need this. Let me go grab it independently. Go into the fridge and grab it.
Right.
This shit you got a fucking needle in the
The
fucking
fridge being the soil.
Yes.
Right.
This is just a needle in the vein. Okay, what do you need? Boop. And they'll fucking
They're
push it
like
in.
strapped to a clinical fucking
A
hospital
matrix.
table and they're pressing a button and feeding
You know the Matrix, when you see everybody fucking lined up and all in tubes and shit?
Yeah.
That's how I envision hydroponic growing.
That's how I envision our future.
Don't fucking go down that rabbit hole, dude.
That's how I envision our past, actually, because we're actually living in a simulation right now. Okay, so explain how to flush a cannabis plant then. If you're speaking in the hydro sense, what is the process of flushing your plant?
There's a good way to flush it, and there's also a good way to monitor your flushing. So when I used to do like deep water culture or something like that technique of hydroponics, I'll add low concentration. I know they're super strong. I'll add low concentration, so tap water to the reservoir. Then I'll slowly leach out in the plants. People that do cocoa grows, they just add water just to leach it out. But also finding what you're leaching out and testing your parts per million as it's being leached out. So you're testing the concentration of the leached water to see how much you're flushing.
So in your reservoir.
Yeah. Good example.
Aren't you using like circulated water so it's
No.
always fresh?
So like a deep water culture system is just a plant sits with the roots in the water and there's aeration.
Oh, bubbles. Okay, not actually moving water.
So let's say you empty your reservoir and you replace it with 100 ppm water. Then you're going to start slowly seeing the ppms rise as the plants leach out nutrients.
Because they're adding into the water.
Exactly.
And you know what you started with, so you can calculate the...
So on the next flush, when you take up new water, if you see the ppms rising a little slower and doesn't reach that peak number, you're flushing the plant.
But in a hydroponic sense, aren't they doing multiple plants into the same roots, into the same reservoir?
Yes.
So how can you determine what plant is leaching? You just know
You do a general
yeah.
yes of how shit happens.
But I mean, to divide that and average it out against every plant is not really.
You look at it as a
accurate.
collective. You just look at it as a collective at that point, and because you'll visually see the plant like, oh, that one doesn't look like it's doing as good as the others.
So it might not be leaching or whatever as efficiently as its sister.
Right. But if you're an organic grower, fucking don't even worry about it.
Because that's gonna fucking organically happen.
Especially a living soil or something like that.
Right on. And then it says and then flush. What does that mean? Flush the toilet because the question is done.
I guess. Yeah. Hopefully answer your question, Drew.
Well, there's another one.
Hey, bring it on, man.
Explain. Or are you done answering? Do you want to talk
that's
about
done. I mean, like, do you guys have any other questions?
I don't. I mean,
sometimes flushing doesn't really like necessarily mean it's clean.
Okay.
I'd say a low, steady regimen beats a regimen that spikes and falls. So if you feed it aggressively and then don't feed it at all, feed it aggressively, a lot of that shit is just like being an obese person, right? When you eat and you don't take one meal a day, you'll get way fatter than if you eat like 6 meals, small meals. Because your body knows when the next meal is coming, right?
So it doesn't feel like it needs to hold on to all that fatty ungoodness.
So if you got fucking hills and valleys on your feeding regimen, that's when that shit gets locked in. And the plant's like, I need to hold on to this shit a little bit longer than I used to because I don't know when this motherfucker's coming back to get the water. You know, same shit applies. Jungle Boys, they do a good job at explaining that. They do a regimen that's feeding on the hour every hour. Sure. So it's well calculated and they have an SOP for that shit. But you can apply that universally.
No, you're fine. Any questions out there? Nobody? So yeah, Drew, hopefully answer your question, Drew. That was the flushing question. So I don't know. I think you signed on a little bit late, but yeah, that's what it was.
I apologize for the last however many minutes we were recording if my mic was off because I just realized I had that one turned up.
It's okay.
Normally.
I could hear you though.
Yeah, but that's because we're all actually tapped into the headphone thing.
Got
so
you.
It's weird. So I apologize, but now I'm here. But I did see, I don't know, fuck.
What's that?
Wait. Can you see my thing moving on there? I'm super high, so I'm like super paranoid now. The thing is moving as I'm talking?
You can sound waves it.
Weird, dude. I don't know what the fuck.
Sorry, I didn't trim this guy up, but for not trimming, it's kind of fucking...
And now I'm not even sure if I'm sitting at seat number... No, this is the right one. Yeah, it was green, yeah. I'm so high right now, guys.
Orange cheese, whoop whoop.
Does everybody know? Now they do.
Next.
What was that?
What's that? Eat the honey.
Oh, nah.
Well, that's what the orange cheese is. It's really spacey because it's that Agent Orange. Like, it gets you that really fucking panicky, like jittery high. I kind of like that though.
This isn't like a self-destructive paranoia. This is more just like
He said self-destructive.
This is more just like, oh fuck, I just realized, like, god damn it. Next question from Drew.
This is beach weed, man.
Beach weed.
Beach weed and hiking weed. Like when I go hiking, I bring a lot of this weed and just fucking go balls.
I feel like this kind of paranoia on a hike that I'm not familiar with could turn into like lost in the woods kind of shit. Explain how to dry and cure cannabis. Also from Drew, 73rd Eye on Instagram, tattoo artist.
Fucking overall sweetheart. 60 on 60 is what I use. 60% humidity at 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Pitch black. That's important.
So somebody needs to buy a humidifier.
Yeah. I mean, you can do it like air dry. It's just watch out for the light and the temperature. If you can keep the temperature a little bit lower, you don't really need a dehumidifier. It'll help, but you really don't need it. It's just to make sure you don't have any mold growing, any wet spots in the corner of your room. Yeah, it keeps the humidity pretty much dialed in. But what you want is a slow dry. You don't want something that's like straight crispy in like 3-4 days.
Right.
What happens is chlorophyll doesn't break down. It's like an enzyme. It needs to break down, right? The chemical bond of the chlorophyll needs to fucking separate. That's whenever you're as a high schooler, I bet you had this where it's like, fuck, you smoke weed, I have a headache. Oh, I have a headache. A lot of it's chlorophyll.
Because that's bad for you? Or
I don't think it's bad for you. I really don't know if
just has
it's a side effect. And you get that hay smelling weed. That's from a fucking quick dry that there's a lot of chlorophyll still locked in. How I do it personally is I hang my shit at 18 inches, 18-inch branches. They have a barb on the top so I can hang it on the trellis net. I do a whole drape of the trellis net in shingle form where I just lay it like that, like shingles, all the way up. No, shout out to Andrew, Matchmaker Genetics. He told me, dude, make sure there's no wind blowing on him. And ever since I did that, it helped my flavor content in my weed really, really pop. I have indirect breeze where it's like draping across the wall. It's more even dry.
And why is that though? Do you know why that is?
Because when you're blowing dry air on one thing, it's just going to be dry in that fucking
one side.
Yeah. So you got to think of it as like this jar, for example. This doesn't breathe, right?
Right.
On the outside. So if something's on the inside that's wet, everything wants to reach a level of homeostasis, right? So if the inside's wet and the outside's dry, putting it into a container that doesn't breathe will make it reach homeostasis, right? So same thing when you're drying weed. The inside of the nugs are still wet, even though the outside looks dry.
Right.
My rule of thumb is I pull it against the grain of the herb. So say the nug's hanging down like this.
Upside down?
Yeah, on the branch, it's just hanging like that.
Yeah.
I'll just go plack, and if it falls off, it just breaks right off the branch. I know that when I cure it, it's not going to come out like fucking sponge. You know what I mean? It'll still have body to it. So I'll wait about 10, 12 days. I'll start getting that effect. Then I put that into a non-permeable container, like a jar or a bucket. Or even a fucking 5-gallon bucket works really well. That allows it to fucking reach that homeostasis, or what we call burping, right?
Yeah.
You can open that lid up, everything starts to dry out again. So now you're burping out the center moisture out of that. That's how you get that center moisture out. Once that shit's all out, then I start to trim it, and then I repeat the process one more time again before I release it.
And how many days are you drying in one day?
21 total.
21 total. So from harvest to smoke.
Yeah, and I usually cure my shit too, so it usually takes a little bit longer in the jars. Just repeat the process.
Because you're a fine craft cannabis connoisseur, sir.
I'm a snobby prick. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah. It's the abridged version.
I'm going to go roll up some of this Vader.
Yep, so that was the question from Drew.
Drew Bear.
Oh, coming in with the third question of the evening. Drew, again, 73rd Eye on Instagram.
He's focused, dude. I like that. Shout out Sash.
Very spiritual guy, too.
Yes.
Brought frankincense and fucking incense with him
What
when
is
he
the
came on the podcast.
what is that? The wood?
Palo Santo.
Palo Santo.
Yeah. Smells like a campfire, apparently.
It's fucking
Not everybody likes
nice.
it. I love it.
I have it at my house. I need to grab it.
I have it at my house and work too. I fucking love that shit. And
I do,
sage and
I'm not a big sage fan.
I love it.
That frankincense, my daughter is like, Daddy, more. I'm like, okay, cool.
My wife thinks thinks sage smells like BO.
It kind of does.
But you know what I've found? Like,
It
I don't
has
know,
an
like,
oniony flavor to it.
if you just
yeah?
break off small little leaves and just light that and use that as like a lighter, because when you light the whole fucking smudge stick and the bundle,
Smoke out
it's,
the
yeah,
boys.
it's a lot of smoke. But if you just do small little pieces and like that, it's a little more pleasant.
Yeah.
I'll bring some in.
Nah, you're good.
All right, next question. Explain to people the cost and work and time that goes into the podcast. Finally, a question I may be able to answer.
That's you and fucking Mike.
That's you, Mike. See, that's why we should have had a camera around.
I bet you Mike asked that question. Did he ask that question?
Well,
Who asked that question?
Drew.
Oh,
Drew.
Yeah.
Drew.
Drew.
Okay.
So, money-wise, I've kind of lost track, but it's been a couple grand at least, would you say? More than that?
At least.
Less than 5?
We counting the studio?
Less than 5.
Less than 5. We counting
Not counting the
itself?
studio, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's less than 5. We could be near 2, like, if we want to try and count everything.
Mm-hmm.
But time is money, and we put a lot of time.
No,
into
yeah,
this
well, I was
bitch.
getting to that
That's
after.
different, yeah. Fucking time-wise, fuck, I can't tell you.
Okay. Like, to do, like, we're talking about this setup, right? I'm talking about this one specifically because the way I do it, and I'll talk about that later, too, for the juxtaposition of different kind of setups. But, yeah, so maybe about, like, $3,500 in time
about
or in
that.
money. Like,
Oh, money?
yeah.
Oh, fuck, I don't know.
Around
I
there?
couldn't tell you that. For real.
With all this,
Like, with time?
No, just
Like,
like equipment and shit like that.
Oh, yeah, that might, I don't know. Do you think we went that high, though?
Yeah.
Like 3,500?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
at least then.
Because we're talking
Yeah.
tables, the chairs, the desk, the fucking, the
Cameras.
light,
You know,
like
if you haven't been
everything.
in the studio, it's a vibe.
It
Exactly,
is.
and that
So-
costs money. You can't. Well,
There's no price tag to the vibe.
Right.
yeah.
We bring the vibe.
That's the priceless part. You
But,
put all
like-
the money in, and it becomes priceless.
It was the thought and the work that went into going into the studio, I think, too. And
Yeah, buddy.
it's the look that we wanted, and I think we kind of got. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I'm pretty happy.
it was an
with
organic fucking thing. You know, it's like, oh, let's do black. Shoot.
I mean, there's a few things I still want to do, but like over time.
Yeah,
you'll
we're
see
not
it
done yet,
change.
right?
Yeah,
We're not done.
we're not done, but I like the base.
Mhm.
You know what we've made.
Mhm. And then,
Pretty cool.
so time wise, I mean, getting this space alone, the amount of hours we've put in.
Oh, just making this studio.
Yeah.
Like shit, that was like what, a week.
Like 40, a good 40 hours.
Put a solid 40.
I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't all within
we were all
1 week.
OSHA
Right.
compliant.
Yeah.
too.
Stretched.
But altogether,
Yeah.
yeah, I would say a week.
40
yeah,
hours.
maybe.
Yeah.
But that's just building out
Each.
the studio.
We
yeah,
work like
each.
union workers.
And that
man,
counts
with this
Anu.
bitch.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were fucking working hard on this thing.
And then when
Proud
it
of my
comes,
boys. You guys did patchwork. You guys did fucking
Yeah.
tape, mud.
yeah,
And
quite handy. I
You
found
guys
out.
are
Yeah.
fucking dude. I was
I
surprised,
don't know.
Derek.
I don't think I am.
You
But anyway,
are pretty fucking handy.
I still don't
everyone did
believe
good.
it.
Everyone did good.
Yeah.
Everyone
So
helped out.
you could do it that way and do it yourself, and it takes more time, but
And
it's more.
money.
Your hands are in it, and
It's rewarding, bro.
Yeah, it's more of a accomplishment that you did it and it's yours. Or you could go somewhere that has studios already set up for you, like a radio station or an Aloha Pods or something like that, and
That's no
you can
fun.
just not put any money into
But
your
it's not
equipment.
yours.
But
But
that
it's not
you don't
yours.
own those headphones, you don't own those mics, you don't own that shit.
You don't own that vibe.
And honestly, okay, so that's this podcast, that's this studio, that's what we did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, for those listening and watching who are unfamiliar with Voices from the Planet, I started that podcast using my iPhone and SoundCloud, uploading it for free. So it cost me $0, and I started a podcast. You know what I mean? It's audio only. You can go that route if that's something someone's interested in. Video adds another element and another bit of price. But if you already have an iPhone, you just make a video of it. But I wasn't into it at that time, so I went audio only. So you can start a podcast.
At what point do you call it vlogging?
When you're taking video, right?
I don't know. It
Vlogging
depends.
is more of like a everyday, like I want to call vlogging
So if
like
I was
almost
to-
like a journal.
Yeah.
kind
If I was to
of, on
podcast
video.
every day, would that be vlogging? On
No,
a
because
video?
there's like people like Tim Pool that podcast every day, but it's
It's a
news.
podcast.
It's a news podcast.
Vlogging
right?
is like your life, right?
Got you.
Like
I
what's
feel like
happening.
you're like
That makes
editing.
sense.
Like, hey guys, I'm
B-roll.
going to the beach today, and like the whole thing is like the video of your day at the beach and whatever else you did in between.
And then you have B-roll of the beach scenes, and you edit it and do all that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
yeah,
think so.
I think that's what that is. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, they could be. The line might be very thin between the difference. You know what I mean? But
never went down that road, so I don't know.
I mean, one of the first podcasts that was not like a mainstream podcast that I found and started listening to was this dude and this chick in Canada, and they'd sit in their car and smoke weed before they'd go into like a Walmart or whatever and record like 20-minute conversations.
That's cool.
Yeah, and
Do
then
they still make episodes?
no.
Oh,
Shout out to Gay Jesus and the Beard.
is that what it is?
That's what it was. They don't do it anymore. I don't even know
Still
what the fuck
listen
happened to them.
it?
You can go. It
Is it
probably
out there?
still exists, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Waiting on that
so you could start a podcast for $0. It all depends on how deep you want to get into it. So eventually, you know, I started buying better mics and shit, and you can get pretty cheap shit on Amazon.com or Wish.com if you prefer. And then
But
you
if
pay
you-
for a couple of subscription things. A lot of these things now, like
nice.
Anchor.fm, where we host our stuff, is free to host on there, and they can put you out on all the other platforms. So I mean, that's like easy. You don't have to do it anymore
Right.
yourself. So that's pretty easy. It's not a lot. See, I mean, depends on how deep you want to go. If you just want to sit down and record your thoughts and put it out there for the world to hear, you could do it for pretty much next to nothing. You do it from your phone. with
And that's
free
the
app.
thing. This was therapeutic. Like that's why I got into this shit. Like you pulled me in with Matt. You know, shout out Matt. What, Matei Church,
Maddie Church.
Matty Church. Going on your guys' podcast.
No, that was
his.
maybe I had both of you guys on my podcast.
No, I think that was his podcast. It was Church.
Well, that's the Midnight Yeti was his
The
other
Midnight
podcast.
Yeti. Yeah. So that one. Yeah, that was. Remember he botched the recording of that.
Oh,
one?
he wanted to have you and me on. That's why.
Yes.
Yeah. And he wanted to do all kind of fancy stuff. He wanted to get creative.
You
And
can't blame the guy. He fucking.
No,
He
he tried, but that one. I mean, I think we've done other episodes with him. I don't know if his things are still out there.
No,
on-
we did two with
Yeah,
the guy,
Yeah,
and
but-
it didn't land.
trying to be too creative, too groundbreaking, and you fell in the crack. But
I
anyway,
love that guy.
Kalei, someone's trying to pass you a joint. So the time. Okay, so every Thursday, I mean, we try to do it every Thursday, but you know we take breaks, and that's another positive thing about being on a podcast. You do whenever you like. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We got pretty much 4 people who we just needed to align our schedules with and find a day that worked with everybody. But if you're just doing it on your own, you can do whenever you want, right?
And we're blessed with this one because like Mike was into it,
Mm-hmm.
Anu was into it, you were into it,
You're welcome.
and I was into it. So it's
You're
like
welcome.
we all had that same fucking motivation to keep on going,
Mm-hmm.
and it's good fun, man. It's fucking good fun.
Yeah, you gotta have people who want to do it.
It was hood candy and orange cheese.
Oh, but off camera, we got some testing going on, and we'll share those results maybe later. I don't know.
Testing THC.
Depends if it's under 5. I'm not gonna share nothing.
Yeah, we gotta hear them first secretly.
So if there's no results announced on this
Too bad I
show,
don't know sign language. He can tell me my test results
Either
off camera.
either we forgot or they weren't good. But
both legit.
so for this podcast, I mean, we're here for a good 5 to 6 hours, right?
Yeah.
We get here around 6. What time do you guys get? You guys get here earlier than me. I'm always late.
5:36.
5:36 in the evening. I get here usually like 7:30.
You work far away, dude.
Yeah, but whatever. Don't have to make excuses for me. I know my
I'm not.
shortcomings.
I know them too.
And we're here till like 11
Midnight.
midnight
least.
sometimes.
At least 11. 10 is early for us. 10 o'clock night is early for us.
Well, again, that's with this setup included. We gotta come, turn everything on.
I just like the fact
Set it
that
up.
when at the end of the day, like when I'm done, I'm like, that was fucking super fun.
Do you feel like an endorphin rush after doing it?
No, I feel more like a gratitude. Like, wow, you held a conversation. You fucking, bruh. You should have seen 20-year-old Kalei, bruh. 20-year-old
yourself
Kalei
on
would
the
not
back.
want to fucking talk to anybody.
But then again, you also don't go back and watch these or listen to these, huh?
No, I leave it up to the universe. Like, honestly, there's a purpose why I don't.
No, I
Because
was making a joke.
I don't like to be critical of myself. And I just kind of like, all right, you said it. It's done. You know what I mean? If I was too like, oh, fuck, dude, why'd you say that? Then the next episode, I'd be like, oh, dude, by the way, that time I would have to write that wrong. So I'd rather just fucking leave it to the universe and someone call me out on it and just like, you're such a fucking idiot, Claire. But we're good.
Yeah.
No one did it so far, so I guess fucking we're okay.
Yeah, surprisingly, we've had nothing but like supportive comments on our YouTube.
We love everybody, man.
And in public, right?
Yeah, the feedback has been nothing but positive. What I was gonna say is, next is that we record for a couple of hours, right, with our guests. We usually schmooze and talk story a little bit. Tonight we ate dinner before we started, so we were a little late on the live. And then we clean up after we're done and fucking kind of talk story and in a true local fashion in the parking lot. Nobody can leave.
I think you gotta decompress. That's why.
There's like 3 buys and 3 handshakes before everyone actually starts fucking.
Yeah. No, you gotta decompress. Like we sit here for like at least another 10, 15 minutes.
I mean,
and,
you
like,
got to decompress for smoking all that weed and like
That too.
decompressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you think about this Vader?
It's good.
Had it for fucking like 10 years, dude.
Like it.
That shit's been around a long time.
Fucking
And then we get to go home and edit.
Nah,
Yeah.
for real.
No, but like when I go home, like I feel like really high, not that from the weed, but like good about like having done the podcast, like what Kalei was saying. Wait, sorry, you guys talking?
Oh shit.
Why don't you guys talk? Sorry, I was interrupting you guys. You guys was talking about it. Share 'em.
29.6
What?
THC.
For what?
The hood candy.
Hood candy.
Why you jelly runts? Oh,
Why
oh,
you
the
jelly?
20 Oh, you tested the orange cheese. Okay, so the orange cheese was 28%, and the cereal milk was what 34. Same one. Same batch. One was 29.9. The other was 34.
Whoa, that's a
5 out. It said. Yep. So it can be
Okay.
5 up or 5 down.
yeah. 5%.
Yeah.
That's kind of a big swing.
It's a home test. So it just gives you the vicinity of where you're
Yeah,
at.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like,
It's a good
if I was to
ballpark.
minus 5 from the 29,
Yeah.
it's still 24. You know,
That's pretty good.
No,
yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Nobody's complaining in this room.
Yeah.
No.
That fucking orange cheese like slapped me in the face. Pretty good.
always does, man. Shout out Professor P.
Yeah, shout out Professor P. Fuck yeah, dude. Fucking A.
Shout out to
But-
Professor P, man. Thanks
Can
for the genetics. The orange cheese is the shit.
And then what I was saying is that like I usually feel like super like uplifted and like good about like having done the podcast. Like you're saying, like we did it. We've had a 2 to 3 hour conversation with somebody, and like the next day I'm just fucking exhausted, dude.
Yeah.
Like emotionally,
Right.
like maybe a little bit of a weed hangover.
Yeah.
Fucking just
Feel
like
a little
just
stupid.
drained. But I used to get that way when I would do my own podcast, even if it wasn't late and I don't smoke a ton of weed. I would still feel like real.
You talking
Like-
about like adrenaline dump for you?
Nah, like serotonin or like whatever those androgynous hormones and shit are.
burn 'em, 'cause-
All right,
Yeah.
take them, roll them. And then the next day would be like, oh, I kind of feel like shit. Get into arguments with people even
Oh,
just because
yeah.
like fucking grumpy.
You got withdrawal? Podcast
Or like
withdrawal?
it's- yeah, like I don't know, maybe it's subconscious. Like
You need the podcast
it's out
patch?
there. I'm like mad. Like you know what I mean? Like fuck. Nobody's listening. What the fuck?
Oh, come on, man.
But for mine's the amount of time it takes me to do it is like if I record an hour-long episode by myself, it takes me maybe like an hour and a half from start to finish, from when I sit down to when I'm done.
Yeah.
Because my editing is super simple. It's just intro, song, whatever.
super quick.
It was like 5 minutes.
If even.
Yeah.
It
Damn.
takes me the most time, but sometimes it make the most
Most-
words. Oh, these
Most of
fucking
the-
words. No, what? The thing that takes the most time sometimes is picking a song.
Oh yeah.
If I haven't already kind of thought of one.
I just feel the vibe, and the vibe's like, oh shit. pick
Yeah,
this
sometimes
up.
that happens too as I'm listening to what I just talked about. It's like I kind of think of something. But yeah, so like maybe 2 hours. If it's like a 20-minute one, I'm done in like an hour. I'm out of there. Back to sleep.
Oh.
So that's about it for like the two that I can speak about that I know of personally about time-wise and all that shit. But
Fucking editing.
oh yeah, actually let's talk to let the fucking
Yeah, let's
video
say
guy.
Mike speak about
and
editing.
actually talk about how you used to edit and how you edit now.
Oh
and how
yeah, I was
it's
gonna bring
better
that
or not.
shit up, dude.
Yeah.
That was fucking like before we got the switcher.
Yep.
Fuck, dude.
How many cameras?
3. I'd have to sit through the whole thing all over again and switch the cameras manually and editing in post.
Right.
So that's another, like, if it's a 3-hour podcast, I'd sit there in the actual recording podcast and then go home and have to sit through it again.
So you was
The whole
actually
thing.
watching it twice then.
Yeah. So, but I'd get to, see the whole thing or whatever. But now that we have this switcher, I don't have to do that. Like, so now, like, to after everything's said and done, and when I load everything up and, like, just the editing, like a video, I don't know, it can probably take me, like, 30 minutes now.
Okay.
Compared to before when it's, like, as long as the podcast was plus whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But we've gotten everything down now, but now the shorts we're making and the reels we're making, like that's, when I edit those, like shit, that takes some time too, and once I got to get through everything, those can take like 30 minutes, another 30 minutes,
That's another
all that
aspect of it too, is like the marketing and the promotion and the social media side
the
of
amount of time I am on social media.
because you can be like
oh my
me
God.
and do a podcast and don't ever post about it and just only when an episode comes out and fucking get what you get and you don't get upset and like or you like the right way to do it and actually make awareness about it.
Right. The thing is, like, for me, I think we got like good guests on, and there's a lot of gems in there in these conversations, so I try to highlight those because not everyone's listening to our 2-3 hour podcast through the whole thing, like, so, if we're going to like get some of these ideas out there that people are talking about, I think that's good, for people to hear. Because there's some people like, oh shit, that's cool, because they didn't listen to the whole fucking 2
hopefully
hour
they
thing.
go and listen to it. Our shit is long, and podcasts in general are kind of like for a specific breed, you know what I mean? And nowadays it seems like attention spans have just gotten shorter in general because of this like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube short kind of culture.
That's why we got to make those now too. And
yeah,
like,
we got to get into that realm, but like hopefully people will take the time and listen to the whole podcast because we can't highlight the whole thing in like 1-minute clips.
yeah, but like it depends on the guest too. Because even for me, like I like Rogan's podcast, but I only listen to the whole thing when it's a guest that I'm super interested in.
Yeah.
There's a bunch that I don't even bother with, and I only watch the shorts that are like the cool ideas, like with whatever guest I didn't care for. So like, that I understand that where people, if you're not going to listen to all of it,
Yeah. But see, that's the thing though, like there's different things in there maybe for different people. So like what one person gets at minute 35 might mean absolutely nothing to somebody who gets something out of it at minute 72 or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
that's why I try to catch different ideas though.
Dude, your clips were the shit. Like, how you get everything on point.
All right, Moki. Thank you again,
Moki.
brother.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Sis, thank you. Love you so much.
Take care. Remember, don't rush.
You ever need anything, like, for real, I got you guys.
Everybody make sure you follow Small Kind High.
Small Kind
High by Solidify.
We gotta say it backwards now. Okay, now we're all on the same page.
I'm on there enough to know their name. I like you guys.
Fuck, I keep on fucking up every single time. Even when I
Constantly
tag.
fucking
Like,
with social media. Constant.
That's the thing.
So bad.
Okay, I mean, that we're just talking about that anyway, so it's perfect because it's a huge part of the amount of time that Bud Naked puts in to making the shorts, making the Instagram clips and stuff like that. And I just don't have the fucking bandwidth or like attention span for it. Like sometimes I'll get in a mood like that one time where I respond to like everybody's Instagram poll question. Like, but like that was a rare occasion. I don't know what the
Should be though. I don't even like your responses. That's why you gotta do
I forget where I was.
Dude, you gotta take that over one. We gotta do like a takeover for Kalei one day of the Instagram and just have him vlog a day. Like through the stories. You should do that. What the fuck? What do you guys think about that?
Bring
like
it.
A takeover.
Like the guru
and then we
hacked
can have
the
you do a
Instagram.
takeover one day. You know what I mean? Like
I'm boring. I'm
no.
No, you're not.
I fucking just work all day and fucking. But yeah,
No, we're doing that though. Sorry.
I mean it's a clever idea. I'm not opposed to it.
What do you guys What do you guys think about going to the event on the 9th?
On the 7th, I was thinking about it.
I have a booth.
I talked to my wife about it, and
Kanani and Moki them are gonna be there.
before we left on our trip,
She's a
she was
soldier.
down for it. So
Fuck.
we want to get out and do that kind of shit.
Yeah, dude. Please
I can't
do.
make that.
Yeah?
See, that's a perfect day for a takeover. Of the social media while you're over there. One of you motherfuckers.
Yeah, but like I'm not the guy to be like fucking hey, ooh, on my phone.
face.
We're gonna get you out of your comfort zone.
That's like it's not.
Don't watch us going off again.
I'm already going to an event. Okay.
No, that's a gnarly one. Also, the Hawaii Cannabis Expo will be there too. We'll be there with Dynasty Genetics.
Are they ever gonna have those again?
Yeah, dude. February.
What?
Yeah, we got a booth.
At the expo?
We got a booth. You guys
Where is it at?
You guys are coming. Blaisdell Center, February.
Fuck yeah, back in action.
You guys are coming.
That's what day is that?
I think it's 3
February.
days.
Oh,
It's the day of February.
February.
I'll let you know ahead of time.
February.
And what I want you guys to do is come by the booth and just fucking do your thing.
Okay.
Yep.
You guys have a booth.
can walk
Fucking just come in on our OGS and we'll just do that. Bring
Oh, yeah.
order stickers, shirts, and all that shit. Yeah, put it out there too.
Yeah, we gotta be ready with that shit.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, that was a long answer for a fucking great question.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Drew.
It's a nice little reflective question, man. Nobody asks those.
I know. I think about that all the time. Like beginning to now. This is episode 27.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Come a
and-
long way.
And then you think about this amount of setup we had to do at the shop
Yeah.
Every time.
every time, and then clean.
Take it down.
And then
Well-
breaking down. Yeah.
Well, Kalei always said, just leave them.
Yeah, you know why? Because I was working the next day.
Yeah, but fuck that.
yeah.
Just leave them.
now
Fuck.
it's now
I
it's
gotta
almost
take 'em
like
down.
turnkey almost. You know.
Yep, it's fucking nice. You hit a couple switches and like lights turn on and dude.
Like a fucking
Good to
studio.
go.
Yeah. And then okay, so next question. What are your top 5 dream people to interview for your podcast?
Oh.
So it has to be for this podcast then. If you sing for your podcast.
Yeah, for this podcast. I'm assuming everything
So
is
not
talking
personally.
about. Yeah.
No.
Nah, I mean, who would you like us to talk to? Like, I guess for this podcast, I don't know.
For yourself for this podcast.
I
though.
mean, I just talked long-winded. Hold on.
So your dream person.
My dream, my top
For this
5
podcast,
for this
though.
podcast.
Because it would be, you'd have a different list for Voices from the Planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for this podcast, thinking in those terms.
I don't know. Because I'm down to have, there's so many
5
like,
is a lot.
that's a lot. And it's hard because you don't want to like put there's no like particular order. It'd just be like a group of 5 people that I'd like to have. There's not like 1 through 5. It's just like these 5.
But also thinking in terms of this podcast and trying to narrow that down to besides your personal picks, you know?
What you said?
Yeah.
So
We're just
like
kinda
we're
talking about the question.
Yeah, so like the list of 5 people would have to be in terms of this podcast and not personally. You know what I mean? Because that would probably be a different list of people you'd like to have a conversation with personally.
But my again, the personal and this show might align too, so that doesn't.
Do they have to be alive or dead?
It doesn't say. Do you want to
So
add that on our own?
Dead or alive then?
Dead or alive?
Yeah, dead or alive. Who is it?
Fuck.
I'm trying to, that's hard. I have one that I
Who
thought
asked
of.
that fucking question?
Drew. That was
fucking
Drew again, right?
bro. You should have asked me that shit yesterday. I would have had a good answer for you, man. Well, give me 24 hours to think about it.
5 people. I don't know. That is a really tough question.
Who would you want to talk to, though?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I have 2 now. I got 2.
I want Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Does that count as 2 or is that
That's
1?
2.
I think that's 1
That's
because
2.
No, because it's 2 people. They have 2 different opinions.
Yeah, that bring 2 different things to the
Come
table for the
on,
show.
Yeah, but-
man.
You could have them at the same time, but it still counts as 2 people.
Okay. So I have
You
5.
did this last time to the last question.
What? Just totally.
Choose one person that you want to smoke a joint with. They said the same guy. Said, I'm like,
That's-
that's 2 people, not 1.
You know why? Because like when you watch their movies and you see the cartoon,
I
like,
get it though. Yeah.
I grew up on that fucking cartoon, and when I see that, and most people like Simpsons. I love the Simpsons too. Yeah, like that was my childhood right there. But the other side, the parallel universe to my childhood that I was really not allowed to watch, but I did anyway, was South Park, and like, bro, the relevance of those characters during the course of my life. So like, you look at the first couple episodes and how like superficial it was, but it really appealed to people like us at that time, age
Right.
demographic. But now
There's something about like when the stories were just kind of like kid adventures and kind of out there, but it's different now. It's more
complex. It's more relevant to society.
I mean, the stories back then were complex. There's like 5 or 6 stories going on in one episode, but it was like kid adventure shit. It was like Simple Times.
The
man.
Red Rocket, you saw that one?
Yeah, like that kind of shit. Or I just seen the one where like they got all their parents arrested for molesting them. They were saying they molested them. And fucking...
They started like a fucking kid
in the
post-apocalyptic
before time,
society.
in the long time ago. But like those ones are like they're complex, but they're just more like not necessarily topical about
They're innocent.
Like, they're not innocent at all.
No.
They're just not like politically or like culturally or socially charged.
Got you.
Yeah. But
Dude, give me a zap
Okay.
of that again.
I thought about it.
I like sap cuts.
So one would be Snoop Dogg for sure. Not number 1, but one of them would be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snoop Dogg. Fuck. Another one would be Duncan Trussell. I know you guys know who that is, right?
No.
He's a comedian. But
Coco.
Joey Diaz.
Coco
Okay, I'll
Diaz.
let you take down since you said it first.
Joey Coco Diaz.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah. I'm trying not to say Joe Rogan.
I'm saying Will Sasso.
Okay. Wait. Well,
Goddamn.
are you
I'm at 4 already.
okay? Okay, I said 2.
I like comedians. I'd rather have someone to make me laugh.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Somebody smoke weed and laugh with.
Joe Rogan might get too technical in the whole like
He's on my list.
political.
Snoop Dogg is into some fucking cool shit though.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's.
I mean,
good
that's
one.
your
I think
opinion.
That's a good pick.
Snoop.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That'd be an interesting conversation.
I would just talk about music if that's the case, like in that era. You know, that would be my focus of conversation. Would be like, yo, Snoop, how was it in the fucking 90s? You know, writing your music, what was your inspiration?
That was gonna be my question for Eric. Like,
Yo,
what
gin
is
and
one,
juice,
one-
homie.
what is one question you'd ask him? Like, since you'd want to have him on.
I don't know. I just want to talk story with him.
Yeah, I don't think it would be an interview. More
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just feeding the vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have any questions to ask him.
And that's why.
You know, it'd be fun. Another one would be like Seth Rogen. I think he'd be fun.
You think so?
Yeah. It's funny.
Okay.
I don't have dream people.
Will Ferrell.
They're kind of boring already. I'm kind of like, sorry.
Smoke weed? Think
I
he
think
smokes weed?
Garen fucking teed.
I don't know if I'm
Ferrell
like giving
smokes
like this
weed.
question my full effort.
Yeah. Okay. So Trey Parker, Matt Stone, Joey Coco Diaz. What was my third one?
I don't know.
You say Will Sasso?
Will Sasso. There you go.
I'm just gonna stop at those 2. I don't have a 5. I guess I
was
can't come
gonna
up
say,
with 5.
Joe Rogan's on my list. I
Joe
want to talk to
Rogan.
him just because of all the people he's talked to.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, he's like a fucking encyclopedia now. You know, like, he's so lucky to fucking soak up all that knowledge. You know? It's fucking cool and talk to all those crazy people. So, yeah, I would want to talk to him, smoke a joint with him because he burns, right?
Right.
And then since everyone, like, I wasn't going to say him, but everyone's talking about comedians, I would want to talk to Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle would be a good one. And another good comedian, like, was one of the first people I actually thought of was Tommy Chong. He'd be
Oh
good.
yeah,
I
Cheech
think
and
he'd be
Chong,
fun.
both of them.
Yeah.
And no one said
That's
Richard
okay.
Pryor.
He's dead.
Well,
No, we said
alive
Dead or
dead?
Alive. Yeah, Dead or Alive. That's a good one too. Richard Pryor would be good.
Oh, Richard Pryor must have some funny
Oh.
shit to say, dude.
What about
Paul
like
Mooney.
Jesus?
Yeah, we
Fucking,
can neither confirm nor deny his existence.
What's the fucking ginger? I fucking love him.
Carrot Top.
Nope. Another one. The super fucking brash one. Damn, why can't I think of his
Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Oh,
I fucking love Bill Burr.
Is he ginger?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, didn't know that.
He's
all
always
right.
been
Well, I
bald.
hope we. Are you guys done? I'm done with that question.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Whoa, you seem so disgusted with that question, Eric.
He had a hard time with that
It
one.
was a
It's
straight
hard,
up
bro.
opinion-based question.
Made me think hard. I don't know. I feel like people are gonna judge our answers so harshly on how we.
Well, if you said like Adolf Hitler, I'm sure they'd fucking judge you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to have a conversation with him because you wanted to talk to him.
Who, me?
No, like
Wouldn't I
you would
want
get
to?
judged.
What if you could have a conversation with
Just have a
Hitler prior to
conversation with
him
him.
doing all that shit and it changed his fucking mind? He didn't like.
I doubt
Come
you were
on.
changing
Come on
Hitler's
now.
mind, bruh.
Come on, if he
It's
was
like saying
still
I wanna
alive, if he
Charles
was still
Manson.
alive through that and it captured him, they would want to talk to him.
Oh yeah, they would fucking ask him a ton of questions.
Yeah, like what the fuck were you
But
thinking?
I don't want to talk.
Before
to him.
they kill him, you know. But I mean,
Somebody should talk to him.
Somebody should talk to this guy.
I know what
Mama
the-
should have been talking to him. She shouldn't have been talking to him. She should have been smacking him. Is what she should have been doing. Probably. That's probably what happened there. He was a spoiled ass white kid.
She should have choked him out.
Who's that?
His mom,
Oh,
Hitler's mom.
9.
Okay, next question. Not really a question, but another one from Drew.
Okay.
Is can you tell some stories of mushrooms and RSO, Rick Simpson oil, helping people that are suffering?
Whoa, that's
Tell some
general.
stories. Well, I know a real popular one is that girl, right? That young girl, Charlotte,
Mhm.
and she,
She passed away from COVID too. Rest in peace.
but oh
Damn.
fuck. That's so fucking shitty.
Yeah,
Seriously?
she beats all that shit and then COVID.
What did she beat? What's the story? I don't know what that is.
I don't know the exact cancer she had or like leukemia. She was suffering from a cancer or a blood cancer, some fucked up cancer. And Rick Simpson oil,
No, it was a strain.
it was a strain,
Yeah.
but it made into Rick Simpson oil, right?
I'm not sure how they delivered it, but yeah, she essentially got cured.
Right. Sorry, our
Sorry, alarms going off
I know our
outside.
guy walked away. A guy behind the scenes walked away, which always is unsettling. Maybe it's the
Thank
neighbors.
you guys. Could be.
But
my
fuck,
car
I
has
heard-
no alarm, so don't worry about
I
it.
don't know, my van's parked across the street, so I don't think we'd hear it even.
Right. Fucking.
But fuck, who was it? Somebody would rub it on their fucking skin like blemish. Was it Tommy Chong?
That was
Had something on his leg, and
yeah.
he would take RSO and just rub it straight up onto his fucking spot, and it fucking went away.
I believe it.
I mean, it's anecdotal from him, and I'm just saying what he's said happened.
Right. But, you know, a lot of people experience a whole bunch of shit from it. Like, really good stuff. Like, High Country 808 said that her mom went into remission off of it. Dude. I mean, that's a lot to say. Even when my grandma had cancer, I remember I used to dose her up in her cookies. And we'd just put it in her coffee and shit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she'd just take RSO. But at one point in time, the doctor's like, hey, yo, your numbers are looking really good, you know? And she went to chemo, and that's when she went downhill. So I think off of a healthy body and you get diagnosed, I think your shot of survival and fighting something off is a lot more great with RSO than without it, you know? That conventional medicine, such as the fucking chemotherapy and all that shit, bro, radiation, like, it may help. You may get a lot of people surviving off of it, but the end game, dude, I highly doubt it.
Is everything all right out there?
Yeah, I don't know. Some random person's car in the street.
Not a minivan, no.
Huh?
Wasn't a minivan, was it?
Was.
I don't even know if my car has an alarm.
Not yours. It's a red Dodge one.
Do you know anyone personally who's benefited, like, quantifiably and scientifically provable from, like, mushrooms or any kind of shit like that?
I don't know about quantifiably scientifically proven, but
Right.
like, I'm a good case study. Like, me in my 20s, I had the worst, like, social anxiety. Having a conversation. This is kind of why I did the podcast. Like, having conversations one-on-one, like, I would fake a lot of shit. I would fake a lot of, I would kind of just talk at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't engaged in the same ideas and, like, how we would do now, where we would pour the ideas on the table and we all would fucking look at it and see it and then respond accurately. I wasn't receiving anything. It was fucking weird. then I started microdosing and doing it like fucking daily. I noticed that like feeling of the conversation came back. You know what I mean? Like when someone would tell me something, and then I look at them, but it would be received. It would be comprehended. You know what I mean?
Like you're more present.
And I wasn't so
conversation?
self-conscious that I missed your message. You know, like, you know, when you're in class and your teacher's talking and you're just like, oh, what do you say?
Yeah.
I felt like that. And my responses were at you superficially just because I didn't know what you just said. I was too afraid to focus on it.
Yeah, but that's a lot of kids who just aren't paying attention in class.
It's ADHD, I think, in my opinion. I mean, I don't think that I was never diagnosed, but fucking mushrooms did help me out a lot, dude. And it helped me out through sad times. So when my dog died, especially, it always played back what Daniel Cormier was saying in my head, that like, let it sting, let it hurt. The more it hurts, the more you loved. So there's a yin to the yang that you gotta kind of embrace to understand what you just lost, right? So like when my dog died, I fucking cried, and I'm like, hey, why am I crying? I'm crying because I'm sad. Why am I sad? Because I lost something that was so happy, so dear.
Yeah.
So I'm crying because I'm gonna miss it.
Yeah.
But once we're done with that physical crying and we're done with that, like, you can appreciate that process because you're fucking like, it's like the Hawaiians, how they used to self-mutilate, you know? You ever seen the fucking Hawaii when the ali'i died and the husband fucking gouged out his eye and smashed his fucking face in the rocks?
No, that was a thing.
Remember that movie, Mike?
Real shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's real shit. It's
So
not just a movie.
They
It's
used
like
to,
they used to do.
Yeah, they used to self-mutilate for grieving purposes.
Yep.
For everyone or just for ali'i?
I think everybody used to do that.
Anybody. Yeah, if your connection, like if that was your wife or whatever, like, you know, or your husband, just even if you're common people, that's normal. Like I think normally you'd see a lot of people like fucking gouging their chest, like, you know, doing that kind of thing. But yeah, that's a real thing.
That's a perfect analogy of what I was experiencing. Like, hey, when you're sad, fucking be sad. Don't fucking fake being sad.
I don't think we should be promoting and glorifying self-mutilation.
No, but it's just
as a form of grief treatment.
No, we're just saying what the Hawaiians did.
Yeah, but I'm saying like how I felt it. You know what I mean? Like our grieving process and crying and feeling that pain is a form of self-mutilation. You're feeling the pain from the joy that you had. So that's what, like, when I started fucking, when my dog died especially, and I let it fucking sting. And I feel so much better for it that I did that process instead of hiding from it, you know?
Right. No, yeah, you gotta fucking be with the darkness.
You know
But I never had a psychologist to tell me that shit. I just had this fucking little cap of mushroom looking at me.
You know what that makes me
The
think,
mushrooms
like,
told you.
about the Hawaiians, though? Like, that just tells you how, like, deep and emotional they were. Like, to feel that kind of pain, you know, to drive them to do something like that, you know?
It's romantic.
It's kind of, and it's kind of fucked up, too. Like, you know?
Like, I get it. I get, like, the translation of the grief and pain into physical pain.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure there
But
are
what's the
cultures that did
difference
some
between
body
that
shit.
and cutting yourself?
Well, that's today's society, right? Our culture.
But I mean, that's what I'm trying to like wrap my head around. Like, it's an ancient culture, so we're thinking about it as like kind of romanticized, right? You said it's romantic, so we're romanticizing this ancient tradition of self-mutilation during times of grief. However, we worry about the mental stability of teenagers who cut themselves when they're depressed.
I think that's the key word right there. It's teenagers hurting themselves.
Right.
These are kids that probably don't know how to grieve properly. You know what I mean? Like, they've never been taught. Maybe it's like, oh, fuck, I lost my PlayStation. Ah! You know what I mean? It's the degrees of grief.
Yeah, but to a kid who's had nothing and only loves his PlayStation, to have your parents take it away and smash it, to them in their emotional maturity level, could be the equivalent of a loved one dying.
But that's also the thing. Emotional maturity level is the key word. You know what I mean?
Like, and it's different because
that explains it already. You
these
know,
kids
like,
are trying to like kill themselves.
And I think that's why you explained it when you said, "Oh yeah, an 18-year-old," or you know what I mean. That's the difference. What I was also gonna say is like it sounds super cliche, but when you kind of look at that through like indigenous kind of eyes in a way,
Mhm.
like, and that you would see the difference. It's hard to explain. I feel like, you know, like as a culture thing, or as someone who does it like every day,
Right.
is different. You know, or just because they lost their PlayStation, like, no, that's not the same. It's not. You can equate that to them feeling like they lost one, but it's definitely not the same.
Because it's like it's saying to somebody that who's lost a pet, like that's not the same as whatever, you know.
Well, yeah, you're
It's
kind of
not
like.
actually. As I'm
let's
saying
say
that,
you
I'm
lost your mom, right?
It's
and
not.
I lost my dog. You
What?
look at me like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You just lost your dog. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but it's still kind.
The PlayStation is not.
Well, those things are way different. PlayStation, you just smack that kid and just tell him shut the fuck up.
Grow up, you motherfucker.
Yep.
Get an Xbox.
But there's the other difference is like, I don't know, like there might be some like to like slit their wrists or whatever, that self-mutilate,
Right.
like to actually kill themselves.
Right.
You know,
right.
that's a big difference from when the Hawaiians did it. They didn't really do it necessarily to kill themselves.
And that's a very sensitive topic that we're going to stop talking about.
Yeah, we're not going to
And
go
we're
off
gonna
that,
just-
but you know
Wait.
the gist of
We're
it.
going
though, right?
down.
I'm just going to end
We're going down.
this conversation by saying if you or yourself, you know anyone or yourself are having thoughts of fucking harming yourself, like reach out to one of those
Seriously,
hotlines
though.
or a loved one, someone you can talk to.
Seriously.
Fuck, because
But the point of the whole thing when we first started was
mushrooms helping and RSO helping people.
mushrooms.
So
It
Drew,
was
sorry,
go,
Drew.
go,
No,
go get
Drew.
some mushrooms.
it was like no, because we went on to mushrooms, right? So mushrooms helped me grieve.
Yeah.
And I
Get
think
through the grieving process.
100%. And it wasn't like get through it by not feel it. Like if you to drink alcohol and be like, and you'll be fucking.
Not masking it.
You're not masking it. You're fucking picking it out by the root. You're like,
You're
okay,
dealing with it. You're like facing it.
yeah, like why the fuck am I so sad? Okay, I'm so sad because I loved my fucking dog to death. Now my dog is gone. Now what?
Okay, but would you say that the mushrooms helped you get like more level-headed to get to that place to confront it?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It-
that, and I think that's where the mushrooms come in. Then,
Yeah, it didn't like the intoxication of the mushrooms made me hyper focused and hypersensitive to what I was feeling. Because when I used to eat mushrooms before that, I would always look at my fucking dog and be like, fuck, you're 10 years old. Most of my time with you is done.
Yeah.
And I would already feel sad. But I realized that I'm feeling sad right now because I'm preparing myself for what's about to happen.
Because you're not in the moment. You're thinking about future. You're living in the future.
I'm living in the future, not in the moment. Right? And I didn't tell myself that, which is a negative thing. But I was already like mentally preparing myself for my dog passing. Which in retrospect, when I go back at it, I was like, cuz I love this dog. I'm going to fucking love her up now. You know what I mean? But I know in the back of my head, fuck that day. There's a day.
Coming.
There's one day out of this fucking 10 years I've had her. One day is going to change everything. And I'm just fucking thinking about that shit.
Yeah.
And it came.
But you can't think about that kind of shit, though, because it's taking away from you being present in the moment and spending the time you have now with
Yes.
whatever, your dog, your loved one, your fucking...
But here's the but, though. But if you're able to fucking bring all that, condense all that thought into one time. Let's fucking think deeply about this dog dying right now. The dog didn't die. But let's think about it. That reflection of, fuck, when you're sober, when you stop thinking about this shit, love up on that dog because it's going to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can love it when you're on mushrooms, too.
No, but at that time, I'm preparing myself of the, okay, my dog is going to
love
die.
it without doing that, thinking that way too. You know.
Yes.
You're gonna love it differently. That's why.
Of course.
You know.
Right. So when I'm preparing myself for that one day that's going to change everything, until that day comes, I'm going to love the fuck out of my dog. And there's no regrets after that. I know that day is coming. I know I'm going to feel that fucking heart-wrenching dagger. But it's going to pass because I've had so much positive time with her. That one day don't mean shit.
It's true. I don't even know how you're. I never want another dog. I can't believe you got more dogs. After my dog died, I was like, nope, don't want another dog.
I said, boom, two more, son.
Yeah. I was like, don't want to feel that again.
I love my dog to death.
That's literally why I don't want another dog. It's like, don't want to feel like that again. Like, well, I had to be there when they had to put my dog down too. That's fucking hard.
I was
dude.
there to her very last
That's
breath,
hard.
bro. I held her until she died. And like I fucking cried harder than I ever cried. I fucking gut-wrenching cry. But it was my goodbye. You know what I mean? It's fine.
But you have to, because I had the option of not being there.
Yeah, but what are you
And I
doing the
was like-
dog? That you don't show the dog love if you're not there. The dog's looking up.
Oh, yeah.
Where is my
No,
guy?
I
He's not
know.
here.
That's why, like, when they give you the option, though, they're like, you want to
There.
be in a room out? I'm like, fuck, I want to be there.
Yep.
But, like, but you also think of, like, that dog who knew you if you weren't there looking around the room. Like, I've read stuff like that where, like, they're looking for their owner, and that's the last thing they remember.
Yeah. I like to say
know,
partner,
so-
not owner,
That you
too.
weren't there.
You know, I always like to say that.
They're going to panic when they go. At least when you're there, like, fuck, my dog was looking at me in my eyes, man. Like, it fucking sucked.
Yeah.
But, like, at least, like, they knew, like, there was that kind of calm, you know, like, they see. So, can we
And
get
that's-
off of this now, too?
And that's
'Cause,
the thing,
we're
like,
down.
well, that's one thing that you automatically have to think about as a pet owner.
Yeah, it's a responsibility. It's a fucking family member.
Well, there's gonna come a day where that animal is gonna die.
Why I don't want another one.
Yeah.
No,
And
I
then
got
think
two
about
more.
that for everyone in your fucking life.
Yeah.
And then just get over that fact that everything dies.
Yeah.
And don't worry about it because it's gonna happen to everybody.
And you know that person and that animal or that thing doesn't want you to see grieving forever. Go through that process, feel that fucking process, and move on. Move on. You never forget them. You're gonna always miss them. That's a fucking natural thing. But move on. That person, that thing, it doesn't want you to be like that forever. Fuck it. But you know, like that's mushrooms. Help me fucking get over some crazy shit in my life. So I use myself as prime example, mentally, you know, and even like with mushrooms, they say it's supposed to help Alzheimer's. That was one of the reasons why it interested me in taking it, because my great grandma had Alzheimer's pretty bad. It's hereditary. So along that genetic line, I probably might fit in there someplace. So I thought it'd be pretty good as my multivitamin and start doing it, you know, from socially to fucking grieving processes. That shit helped across the board. So I highly recommend that.
Yeah. Right on. Good. We don't highly recommend it. You worked for you.
It worked for me.
Talk
That's
to your-
why I recommend it.
Yeah, but we're not doctors. We shouldn't be recommending shit. People could like sue us.
Fucking medicine, natural medicine. I'd say
Yeah, but still though, you can't like tell people what they should and shouldn't do, and then
I'm not saying you should do it. I
you
highly
just said you
highly recommend it. There you go.
highly recommend you look into it and see if it works for you. How about that?
Cool.
Okay. Choose your
I'm
words.
I'm no
wisely.
paralegal, dog. I'm sorry.
No, that's why I will help you out there before you get
Thank
us
you.
into trouble. What
Okay.
Kalei means to say is, if you're interested in it, look into it, do your research, and see what works for you, and follow the route that works. Because people might be on medication.
Make like Nike and just do it.
Rob Schneider says you can do it.
All night.
All right, we have another question. We've hardly gotten through any. Like we got more, dude.
Fucking let it go.
Yeah.
You want to speed it up?
All right, Elsa. Nah, fuck. This is cool.
I think we're touching on it like very.
No, yeah.
fucking,
I'm feeling a little concerned about the people on the live, but they can wait. They're fine
For what?
for their getting their questions in.
Oh, there's no questions.
Sweet.
They're just commenting on what we're talking about, and it's fucking cool.
Cool. Next question again from Drew, 73rd Eye on Instagram. Go check him out. If you could go podcast on location anywhere, where would it be? And then at an event? Question mark. Like at an event or
Yeah.
at a location. So anywhere you could go and do a podcast from.
I don't think I'd do like an event, dude. Like,
Well, you're telling us to go to events and set up and podcast
well, there's
there?
a lot of people out there that I think we could have on as guests.
Well, but you just said you don't think you would want to do an event, and then you
No,
just...
he says podcasting. Like, where do you want to podcast?
Yeah, you're telling me to set up shit at a
So
event and
is,
record.
is this a one-time thing, or is it like
No.
a place where we get like another studio or like?
Says
You know
if
what I
you
mean?
could go podcast on location anywhere.
Okay,
Okay,
just
so probably
field
a
trip.
one-time. Yeah. Okay. On location. Okay.
Are we talking? Yeah, we're talking world, huh?
I guess. I kind of don't want to have to set up all this shit somewhere else. Is that an acceptable answer? Like, I like our fucking
Yeah, right here, man.
shit here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I agree with you, dude. It's fucking thought about it. I wouldn't go anywhere.
Get a green screen and just change our backdrop.
If we could have, yeah, right. We are in Tahiti.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think a location matters for conversation. I think the guests matter.
Here's the thing: if you're doing low budget styly, and you fucking have your iPhone, you could do that anywhere, bro.
Podcasting on the toilet.
Podcast from Youngstown, Ohio, if you want to. I bet there is one. Go look it up. But thanks, Drew, for another question. Here's my note to self. I'll come back to that after our questions.
Okay.
That's
a Drew chapter.
Yeah. That was like the epic tale of Droogamesh.
You want to pass that joint or what?
Nope. I haven't even hit it yet, I don't think.
Hogging it.
Why, you got somewhere to go?
No, I'm just fucking tingling out of that.
You worried about the next 20 people in line?
Yeah, I got to get the mind right for these questions.
All right, here's one from a new subscriber from today. I noticed this person subscribed and actually submitted some questions. They asked exactly what does this platform discuss? So I responded to them and said, why don't you tune in? So is anyone on your live? Oh, they might not have known the Grow Guru. 2_shy on that live right now? No? I don't know who that is. But anyway, thank you for subscribing. I hope you're watching. We're about to answer your set of questions here. But to answer your first question, the past hour and a half is what we discuss here. Weed kind shit.
Not only weed. We have had fighters. We've had...
And talked about weed.
Who talked about weed. We've had chefs.
Who talked about weed.
Who cooked weed.
Who cooked weed.
We've had musical guests.
Who smoke weed.
Allegedly.
Who talk about weed.
We talk about weed. We've had... What else? Oh, yeah.
And Struba Bonton.
Oh, yeah. No, they smoke weed.
That's what we talk about.
So I defer back to my first response about it. That's a weed.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a weed show.
Weed.
I mean, we use hashtag cannabis, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. First question.
I got a question.
What's up?
Do you think in 2022, weed has reached a stigma like coffee?
No.
Not yet?
No.
There's no stigma on coffee.
No, I'm talking about okay, maybe not stigma. Maybe in your eyes as an individual in your 30s, walking around, is weed on the same level as coffee to you?
Nah.
Remember how weed was weed was above alcohol? You drink and then, oh shit, you go sneak a joint and get fucked. Now it's we're smoking fucking 10 joints on this thing and we're still having a conversation. You know, for me, I'll just smoke a joint and drink coffee and I'm normal Kalei walking around.
I don't know. I don't equate it to that because if we drank this much cups of coffee, we'd be fucking doing this podcast from the ceiling.
But you know what I mean? You would have a joint and a coffee. Back in the day, it would be
that sounds really good right now.
It kind of seems... Right? I kind of more equate it to more like a beer, like a social thing,
Do you?
Like having a beer. We're sharing a beer, I guess.
See,
well, I'd rather smoke than drink now. I know people, they go home and they'll drink. I'd rather smoke.
Yeah, I'd rather smoke.
Yeah.
I don't drink.
The drink has changed the weed. And so in our teens, drinking was the everyday thing. Oh, yeah, we're going to meet up with our friends, drink. Now it's now we go burn. And then maybe when you go out to dinner, you'll have a drink. You know, it's changed like that. It's not as frequent. And that's what I wanted to fucking see in my lifetime was alcohol taking a back seat to weed. Weed should be the recreation of the common working man.
I think for me, other than when I'm in the studio and doing this podcast, the way I use cannabis is more like a daily vitamin, but it's something you have to take multiple times a day.
Yeah.
In small doses, you know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? Just kind of microdose yourself through the day.
Maintain.
Yeah.
I'm good through the day. Especially with
what do you think about this one?
I like it. It has a really nice taste. I don't know what I tasted.
It's called Dirt Nap.
Strong.
So it's a Dosido and a Ghost OG.
To knock you the fuck out.
Shout out to Ninja, bro. He helped me out with this cut. It yields really low though. I'll get 2-3 ounces of plant.
But worth it.
Fucking worth it.
Yeah. Seems like it.
All right, so can I get to this first question from this person?
You had the
Too
first
Shy?
question already.
No, we just closed chapter Drew.
Yeah, so I was about to ask. The first one was, what do we talk about on this podcast?
That was her question.
Yeah, but this is the first real question.
Oh.
Is this a long one?
It's like 4 lines.
Oh fuck.
But there's like a weird, funny face emoji at the end. It says, "Why the fuck is there CBD Pakalolo strains? People be bunking me with shit that don't get me high." That is why you know your grower.
Know your grower is so important.
Yeah.
Who is this?
This is that Too Shy. Fuck, I hope they don't mind. Well, whatever. Fuck. It's too bad.
That's a tip.
It's okay. Sorry, guys.
Know your grower.
Pointing them,
No,
point
hey,
them in
you
the right
Know
answer
your
it,
chain
bruh.
of command, chain of custody of.
Have them test it.
Is there
Where
a way
she
to
go?
tell?
Yeah.
Like, no,
But just by
looking. Yeah.
No fucking way. No way. There's hybrids, dude. There's like 1-to-1 that like is popular with senior citizens.
Mhm.
I remember smoking out with some old ladies, and they fucking just went straight cold sweats and shit, and like maybe they can't handle. They can't handle the high THC.
Yeah, too much.
But they have a 1-to-1 CBD THC ratio.
Maybe it's something that
Beautiful.
this person just needs to ask and request. Like, I don't want CBD.
No, you need to fucking know your grower. You hit it on the nose.
That
if he or she is getting fucking
I think it's a she.
bunk
Middleman.
weed
But
and
there's
it's not
a
even getting
But
middleman.
like,
Yeah.
we
It's
cannot.
probably a middleman.
I mean, to say that getting a CBD strain is being bunked, that's not necessarily true,
No,
because
not
it's
at
still
all.
medicine.
right.
But if you're looking to get high, then then it's not. But yeah, you should.
Or it could be bunk because she thinks it's CBD. Oh fuck, sorry, dude.
Oh,
so sorry, so
You're
sorry.
good.
I almost fell over. But
It's a GoPro.
thank you for the first question. We're gonna answer her. I'm gonna say her because I think it's a girl.
So,
Hopefully,
but how would you know then? Like, okay, so like in her case,
'Cause
how can you help her out though?
because they
You
smoked
cannot.
it and they didn't get high.
It's probably just shitty herb. I'm sorry to say. I really don't know, but I don't think it's just CBD. Like, unless they say it's CBD, because it's pretty much special. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't grow a fucking CBD plant. It's not gonna cost me any less by growing a CBD plant, right?
Can't imagine.
To me, that's why it sounds like someone like
It's just shitty weed.
Like-
it's probably just shitty ass weed.
sounds like someone did it on purpose, or
Can you
because
imagine?
you know, like there's a CBD flower, right? You buy in the
Yeah,
head
yeah.
shop or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're selling her that. Maybe you think.
Oh fuck, dude.
I mean, that's what I
Well,
I don't
you know
if
what?
that's what's
Hopefully she
happening.
tunes in and she can here. Yeah, here, Eric, show him.
Hit up the girl,
You're
bro.
drunk,
Was-
dude.
Gonna make a joke about.
Can't tell the difference.
Nah, yeah. I mean, just
Insulting.
I don't know. Why the fuck is there CBD Pakalolo? Because it's medicine for people too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's very good.
But-
Some people don't want the THC effects, right?
That's
They
what
just want
happens
the-
when you just have like a plug. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They might not even know what they're getting either.
And
They
that's
might
the
just be
thing.
passing it along to you.
Exactly.
Right.
You gotta know a grower. There's so much talented fucking dudes in Hawaii, bro.
Mm.
Talented. Grows clean medicine.
Mm.
Don't know why. You know. Check them out.
People don't know how to reach them. Those
Yeah.
people, is what it is.
They're
The
they're
connection.
scared. Yeah. There's a lot of fucking. But she's getting obviously weed from a trap dude.
Maybe.
That could be just a sketch too. I don't know. I'm no fucking detective, but you just kind of. If it's shitty weed,
Imagine-
find someone else.
Imagine the audacity of somebody going to a store and picking up legal CBD flower, repackaging, and trying to fucking sell it on the street as like fucking fire.
There's a lot of that shit going where people would just buy packs and then just buy a bunch of Mylar bags and just put someone else's work into that Mylar bag
Yeah.
and push it.
Yeah.
Maybe people cut it too.
What?
Cut it with that CBD shit.
No, see, that's where I don't think that would happen because it's not any cheaper. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh.
yeah. So like, I
Would
wouldn't
it make sense?
I wouldn't go to a shop that had CBD,
Mm.
buy that flower, and then repackage it to
What does that cost?
damn near the same.
Oh,
bro.
yeah?
Yes.
Oh.
Plus, it's not even fucking like. Is it tested? Have you tested it independently, or is it coming from a manufacturer that's testing it?
Yeah.
So there's so much variables. So
Yeah.
just know your fucking grower. You hit it on the head, Eric. Right off
What I
the
do.
bat.
I'm a carpenter, like
You go
Jesus.
straight for the head, huh?
Not like that. Not like that. Fuck. Next question is
Next
hot.
question.
Is hot Cheetos the best pothead munchies or spam musubi? Those are two completely different categories, but okay.
No, Spam musubi and hot Cheetos. They blend really
It
well.
said or.
Oh, man, why you gotta go with the or?
That's she put or.
Is it a she?
Yeah, I'm gonna just say it's a she.
Okay, I don't want you to kind of.
Too Shy. Can you look it up, Mike, and see if Too Shy
Yeah,
we want
looks like a
to
girl.
address
Is,
him or her
Wahine.
appropriately.
Looks like a girl.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'm a fan already. She said hot Cheetos and fucking musubis.
Okay, so you yes. In a either or question, your answer is yes.
I'm a dude, just like all the other fucking questions. You know, they're like, oh, who would you rather smoke with? I'm like Trey Parker, Matt Stone.
It's like which
Follow
one's better, hot
directions.
Cheetos or Spam musubi?
You know what's
Yes.
really good? The fucking you open the hot Cheetos and you put the nacho cheese in it.
Yeah. Well, personally, I do not like hot Cheetos,
Me too.
and secondly, I don't eat Spam.
You should.
So, to your either or question, my answer would be no,
So mine is yes.
and mine is no. And that's why our podcast is so awesome, because there's such a good dichotomy. Is that a word?
I have a good span of
Yeah, of opinions and perspectives
all over
and
the place here.
lifestyles of the fucking meat eaters and veggie eaters.
Broad spectrum.
But best munchie food for me, I don't know, it depends, because I get in moods where I like salty and sweet, or salty or sweet, you know what I mean? So sometimes I can mop like a bag of gummies.
For real.
Fuck. Yeah, like
Are
gummy
you
bears.
you're a gummy guy over a chocolate guy?
No. No, that's the thing. Sometimes I might go for chocolate. It depends. I don't know. It's like a mood thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm a chocolate. What do
I
you
like
Mike?
dark chocolate if chocolate. If I'm
High
going
five.
chocolate, I like
Fuck,
dark
I'll
chocolate.
be-
My
nah,
dog.
I don't like dark chocolate though. Nope. Nah, I think I'll reach for chocolate. It's different. It's always different. Depending what's there, what's available.
I feel like we've talked about
Dude,
this
sometimes
before.
like just like a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's all I want. Like some fucking peanut butter.
I'm addicted to sunflower seeds.
hmm
Oh, I used to be.
Extremely addicted, dude. I'm
It's
sorry.
too much work for me nowadays.
Oh,
I'm trying to fuck with
like playing video games and sunflower seeds. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
When I was in California, I went to this one place. It was actually a Korean barbecue place, but they had like
Yeah, rich
they had
Korean
a fucking nah. It was in
barbecue.
this. Did I say it like that?
Yeah, he did.
Damn you words!
Gigging.
I fucking hate these words. But went to this Korean barbecue place in this like food court area, and they had all these fucking different Spam musubis,
Okay.
and it was like avocado and all this other shit. It was fucking good, but they soaked their nori too long. It was like fucking
Salt water.
ripping. Like it was hard to rip.
Oh,
It was like rubbery.
Got you.
yeah.
It was like wrapped in a silicone mat. But tofu musubi, is delicious
That shit's
from
pretty
Down
good.
to Earth. Kind of the only place that really makes them nowadays.
You make it yourself, dog. It's super.
No,
easy.
yeah, but like I don't, so I'm just saying. But yeah, so no to your question.
You know what's really good munchie food?
What?
Kimchi and musubis.
I don't like kimchi.
Dude.
There's fish in it usually. People make it with fish.
Okay.
Didn't know that.
Dude.
Plus, I don't like it. I mean, so even if somebody said, "Here's kimchi without fish," I'd be like, "No thanks."
Do you like pickles?
I like dill. Fuck. See, that's the thing. I like pickles in my veggie burgers and in like things, but like I don't like grab a pickle and bite it off like a
Dude,
fucking.
My favorite thing is to just grab that fucking pickle out the jar and try to stick as much of it in me as I can.
See if you can swallow it
And
without
just take
biting it.
So to the people that are only watching audio, when he said sticking his face, he was pointing at his butt.
No, I like to just consume the pickle in one bite.
No, I don't like pickles like that. But like
Nah, I
in
like
things and
pickles.
stuff, like I don't mind them in burgers and stuff.
You know what's really good? Fucking shout out to Kimmy Warner. She had a little cooking show and she made this pajole salad, but she put it in mason jars and fucking just like almost meal prepped it, and she'd pop it in a cooler like a 12-pack of beer and ice it. And at the beach, dude, you ever had pajole salad straight out the cooler at the beach?
No.
Motherfucker, the best.
I mean,
It has opie in it, so I don't know if you like opie.
I don't even know what the fuck that is, but I probably don't like it.
Ashley said Down to Earth has vegan kimchi.
She must have missed the part where I said I don't like kimchi. Thanks for the tip, Ashley.
Kimmy Warner's a shit though. We probably watched all of her
That's
shows.
another one that I would want to have on here without smoking. Would be Kimmy Warner. She's interesting talk, bruh. My daughter's
Talk
that's her
food.
fucking idol, like number one.
It's a good idol to have.
Yeah, I kind of groomed
She
that.
just had
Thank you
another
very much.
episode for the sea bass. You see that?
Oh yeah,
Because they stopped there for a while.
Yeah.
Because they said just because they're raising their kid,
Yeah,
their
yeah.
son, life. But she just had one up in California, doing white sea bass or whatever, hunting white sea
is
bass.
she the Alaska one?
Yeah, she had like a few though from up
Fuck,
there. Yeah.
dude, unreal, dude. Yeah, mean. That's one of the women out there. That's a frontiers woman. That a lot of the keiki now should be fucking looking up to.
Growing our own food, like she tries to cook,
Sustainable.
like as much as possible with locally sourced, like in her backyard or her neighbor, or out of the ocean. You know.
What are her politics though? No.
Bruh, get the fuck out of here. Bruh,
All right, so-
she's a championship diver, hunter. Fucking, she farms too. I mean, not farms, but she gardens. And she's a chef.
She can cook.
Bruh, she taught my daughter how to make the tataki, the
Cool.
ahi tataki.
Mhm.
Oh, unreal good.
Awesome for her.
Yeah. No, dude, fucking look up to that. That's a good woman to look up to.
Yep.
All the young females out there.
All right.
Whoever's
Next-
watching this weed show.
Yeah. You need better role models. Go follow Kimmy Warner.
Yeah.
For real.
Tune into her cooking show on YouTube.
Okay, next question again from Too Shy on Instagram. I don't know if they want you to follow them. I think their account was private. Oh, maybe. Fuck them. Too bad. Too bad, so sad. You're on YouTube now. Do you prefer oil or flour? If so, why? If not, why? No, you first, bro. Asking you on behalf of our listener.
I'm a flower power sort of guy. They talk about fucking
I'm getting way too high.
full spectrum hash. I mean, you can't get more full spectrum than it coming from the plant. So, I think flower is the way to go. People don't like to inhale that much smoke. I get it, but oil, to me, and I got it from old Stanny Boy, told me that a lot of terps is not really that good for you. So having that concentrate that you're smoking, you're still missing a little bit of compounds that the flower still has.
Mhm.
But just that concentration of terpenes is not. It's like smelling something for too long. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I personally do prefer waxes or oils, solely for a convenience reason, because when I am able to and have the time to sit down and roll a joint and enjoy it, like I will do that. But most times in life, I don't have that kind of
you can't smell.
luxury. I mean, I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah.
I mean, as far as like my neighbors smelling it.
Talk about like everyday usage, like at work, like how we're talking about microdosing throughout.
No,
the
yeah,
day.
yeah. I can't. No, I wouldn't want to smell like actual weed.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
vaporizer.
Doesn't really smell.
You would rock a flower vape.
Oh, and, nah. Just because the like amount of like prep time to like not prep time, but like the effort, and not that it's even a lot of effort, but just have to do it through the day of loading it, cleaning it, making sure personally I would want to save the vaped buds. So like having to now have all that shit on me.
Rather than a little fucking metal pick out of your jar and then your wax pen that you gotta take out and clean and put another piece of wax in there. And
That's like two things, and then my pen. But if I have a vape, like even like with the packs,
right,
I have the packs. I have my weed now that I actually have on me, which is not necessarily gonna be just a little bit because it needs to sustain me till who knows when, right? What if the apocalypse come? I want to make sure I got all my shit on me. Don't tell the F or
when the
anybody
apocalypse comes, you got like 4 fucking days worth of weed in this bitch.
No, but like, so then I got that. Then I got the things to clean it, which it probably is the brush.
Oh, dude.
Now I have to have a grinder because I got to grind it up.
I'm gonna save everything for you.
And then I got to fucking, and I know what you're going to say because I did try this too for a long time. And then I got to have like a thing to save it in after. I don't just want to dump it in
Why?
because I want to save it to make butter.
Bro.
Cool, no. But anyway, So I know what you're saying you can always like pre-grind and do all that shit and
Just leave it in your grinder. Just take your grinder and your vape. And use
Yeah,
your
but-
keys to scrape out the fucking AVB on the goddamn ground.
No, I want to save it.
Oh, dude, come on, man.
That's
That's
how I-
cunt hair you're fucking dealing with, dude.
No, I saved. That's
When you go home,
That's like
save
so
it.
little. Like when I'm out and about, I toss that shit. When I'm at home, I keep it.
I know. Yeah.
I saved it.
It's so.
Well, that's personality difference. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
So
It's all good.
I mean, there were times when I was at home and could do that. Like, I would do that, but no.
My favorite way of smoking is a box vape into a dab rig.
Mm.
That shit has been fucking my money for a long time. You just leave it and you heat it up
Mhm.
and you slowly creep up the temperature, but you just hook it up to your dab rig and you hit it as if you're dabbing.
Yeah.
And
it feels like such old analog technology. Yeah, like the old
it
box
does,
vapes.
but
Yeah.
it doesn't. Dude. It's a simple yet effective way of controlling temperature, and then you fucking vaping that full spectrum.
There's some
Cannabis flower.
science behind that shit.
Because like what?
Plus, you're hitting water, so it's cooling the vape a little bit more, and it's fucking, all that heavy shit stays in the water, and it kind of adds a little bit layer of filtration. To
Like
it.
the way those box vapes and like a PAX works, heating and vaporizing dry herb is probably one of the best, cleanest ways to consume it.
Yep.
If you want to do it that way, because we all know eating it would be the best way for your lungs, obviously, but it doesn't.
But not for your liver.
It doesn't affect. Yeah, it doesn't affect the rest of your body the same way.
Right. Your liver still takes a little bit of beating processing that cannabis.
Can we throw in edibles into this person's fucking question and like?
Yeah.
Where does that weigh in? Is that something you like to throw in there? Is that something you really like, or is that
It's a
like where does
In
that?
my older age, I like edibles more.
Mhm.
Just because like it's like a fucking, I don't know how to explain. Like, it's there, I can pop it in and no one knows shit, and I can just go about my day fucking nice and high.
It lasts a long time.
It lasts a long time, and then I can just maintain by just smoking joints. You know what I mean?
Right.
Working out, like when I used to work out before class, I'd just fucking eat a fatty edible, and I'm not gonna get tired like yawning and shit because I'm fucking rolling, So like throughout the whole class, I'm just like this super high rolling and having a good time and working out because my lungs are still intact, Post fucking training, I would burn. And I'd feel okay with it. Or I use my box vape if I wanted to make sure I'm not fucking my shit up. But now, I don't know. Nowadays, I just fucking burn.
And yeah, that's kind of the way too, is like managing your feelings, right? Not your emotions, like your feeling of being high. Edibles, it takes a while to kick in, but once it does, it like stays for a while. So
Yeah.
I always looked at it as like, you take that and then you smoke, so that way you're high, and then as you're coming down from smoking, you're meeting the roller coaster that's going up from your edible that you took and like 40 minutes ago that you forgot about, and then you like get back on. It's like, yes,
Wait a minute.
the
How come
ride
I'm
is
so
not
high?
over. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Strapping in like, oh shit. Here we
yeah,
go.
yeah, like, oops, forgot about that one.
Okay, next question.
Here we go.
But yeah, edibles, fuck, I love that shit too.
This turned out to be a pretty cool podcast. Like, we didn't.
Why would you think it wouldn't?
I don't know. I mean, every AMA, like, we have a lot of fun, but like this one especially kind of went really, really far in on the questions, bro. Like, I like that.
This is from One Board Kanaka. Oh shit, the winner of our fucking giveaway. Shout out to you, sir. Or madam, probably a sir. Yeah. Did they ever respond to anything we posted?
Yeah, they're on Big Island.
Oh fuck. That means we gotta mail it. We'll cover the cost, I suppose. Fuck.
The $2.95 shipping.
POD, payable on delivery.
Sucker.
No. We not cheap.
He said, "Sucker."
But so question: has anyone ever had cannabinoid hyperemesis? Hyper.
Look that up.
No, I did look it up earlier. It means like uncontrolled, prolonged vomiting.
Oh, so
you got high and you just couldn't stop vomiting.
No. I think that was I believe that was because of that data got misconstrued because people were using neem in a late state of flowering. So neem would actually make you throw up if you fucking inhale too much of it or burn it and shit like that.
So people would like spray it on their flower or like just
because bugs. You know what I mean?
there.
Trying to get rid of that fucking last bug. So I think that's where that kind of came from, and they kind of started studying up on that. Like, hey, how come people are fucking vomiting?
I wonder if they had an experience, and maybe that's why they asked that question. But like, you've told the story about how you got super high and threw up.
Yeah, but that was right around the time of like the bootleg weed. You know what I mean?
True that. Because I have a similar experience where I smoked what I thought was just too much and just was like throwing up.
Right. And it could very well have been practices of the black market system. You know what I mean? Not saying the black market wasn't good. It's just the laws that Hawaii had at the time made it extremely impossible to get fucking weed here. So people will resort to buying anything that came their way, you know?
Well, let's be honest. It probably wasn't good.
It probably wasn't good.
Okay. All right. I think that's all the questions from there. Let me,
Chapter 2 Shy went.
That's done. She paw already.
Oh, sad.
Hey, hold on. Say it like that. It's so weird.
Oh, sad.
Okay. This is a question from a friend of mine who lives in Guam now. Goes by.
Good thing she didn't win the fucking box out.
Mana mana vai vai Camelo. I'll give you guys time to figure out what that means in Hawaiian, in Olelo, Hawaii. Mana mana vai vai Camelo.
I'm checked out.
What is mana mana vai vai? What is mana mana lima?
Vai vai.
So mana mana vai vai. Vavai, I should say. It's toes.
Yeah. Bruh, I'm checked.
And what does camelo sound like?
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Camelo
Camel
toes.
But she has a tattoo on her toe of a camel, and then on another toe she has a bow tie.
Awesome.
Shout out to Mawani out in Guam. She asks, Aloha kako. Wanted to check if you knew what strains could help with my neurological pain. She was involved in like a bad like car accident long time ago and just had a fucked up neck injury like ever since, and had multiple surgeries, and I think still yet has surgeries. It's like crazy shit. Kind of like fucking the kind. But
that's a question for May, bro.
Okay.
May could dial in what she would need. I would try and refer her to May.
Okay.
Yeah.
Malie Cannabis Clinic over here on Oahu. And I know she comes back to Hawaii a lot. She's from Big Island, so.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, whatever. She lived on the Big Island when we knew her, so.
Yeah, dude. I would send her to May. May could point her in the right direction as far as like what cannabinoid she's looking for. And then she could do the research on what strains and see if we have anything like that. Test it out and see if it'll help her out.
Right on. Okay. Cool. Thanks for the question. See you when you come back. So that's all the questions I had that came through, I believe. Yep. So I gotta piss real fast. Go talk amongst yourselves. We're not done yet.
Talk amongst ourselves.
It's a long one, bro.
Papaya punch.
This is long. This is a long podcast.
Is it really?
We're at hour 42. It's not bad.
Papaya punch.
God damn, it feels like we've been going for days.
Yeah, because we're really stoned right now. I'm super baked.
Did Yancy try that already? You know?
Yeah, I think he did. This one smells like fucking white gummy bears. And tastes like white gummy bears. My trim job's shitty, so sorry. I'm no trimmer.
Grower, not a trimmer.
Yeah, fuck, I hate trimming, dude. I remember when I was younger, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to trim my weed. And now I'm like, you're such a fucking idiot, dude.
It's super hard to see us on his cameras.
I know. It's okay.
It's so wide.
Check out Bud Naked's page. He took a picture of it.
Yep. It's not out yet.
Oh, it's not, huh?
It's not out yet.
How did it look? I know this one had a little bit of bugs on it.
Nah, I didn't see nothing. Like
Yeah?
that.
Cool.
I didn't. Got the good side.
There you go.
Gotta be mindful of these things.
Yeah, I kind of like, I'm not a perfect guy, so like I won't be like, oh, look at my fucking weed, dude, it's fucking perfect. I don't want to do that, dude. Like I'll show the flaws. Like, you ever follow Heroes of the Farm?
Nope.
So they'll post their fuck ups and it'll be like zeros of the farm.
Oh shit.
All good, dude. Like, I love it. I've been trimming for a week. Fuck
That's
yeah! Shout out to Pakaloha. He knows the trim fucking struggle.
Yeah. I've never tried it yet.
You wanna?
Yeah.
You want
we're
to
gonna
try
have
it?
to, Yep. I got it.
Dude, I got you. Please. I have a
We're
bunch.
getting in the whole, involved in everything when we do this podcast. So we got to learn all the shit. I feel like you guys just got to do an AMA where you guys just sit here and trim.
I ain't doing it.
One whole fucking podcast.
I ain't
What?
fucking doing that.
Got to do it for the
Nope.
podcast.
It's like
Nope.
pulling out my
Nope, gotta
fingernails.
do it.
See, Eric did it. He did
Sorry.
one
Hey,
podcast trimming.
No, we didn't because I had that brilliant idea and we started it and like 5 minutes in I was like, this is not gonna fucking work. It's actually not as easy as you think to actually actively trim something while talking.
Yeah.
And you get over it real fast.
If you're trying to be like super detailed about it, yeah.
Bro, I went to Grass Valley and I seen their white market facility, their legal facility, and I seen their trim room. When I went in there, my fucking jaw dropped.
Why? Everyone's
Everybody has
naked.
custom chairs, bruh.
They make it comfortable.
They have to do their own little tweaks because they're sitting in one spot for fucking hours.
Yeah.
And when you're trimming, you catch your body sagging.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You don't realize it, dude. You're there.
Yeah, like
fucking-
time lapse them in there in the room. You see everybody.
What helped
Yeah.
with me is
And
when
they
I
go
put
back.
my, if I could put my fucking my forearms down on the table, and I could just use my wrist to trim, that would help me out the most. Like I would just go right here and then just fucking. This action would make my back sore, because it'll be a fulcrum, right? So I would just rest my forearms. That's why the trim bins, the one we carry at OGS,
Where is that located?
94150 Leoleo Street,
Oh, yeah.
Suite 103.
Beautiful Waipahu.
Beautiful Waipahu.
It is a sweet 103.
Sweet one. Yeah, the fucking trim bins that I could put my forearms in and just trim. That really fucking helped me out, bro, because there wasn't too much arm movement, just wrist movement.
Custom gel-filled armrest panel.
I just had a towel that I rolled up and I
No.
just fucking put it there and it just went to town. But, man, you're talking 8 to 10 hours sitting there.
Nope.
I mean, don't say no before you even try it, Mike.
Nah, I'm telling you, we're not doing it as a podcast.
We're not doing the podcast, but Mike wants to trim. Dude, the fucking the canna brush
Anu's
is
gonna have
really
to.
good. The canna brush is really good. I like the canna brush. I vouch by the canna brush, but the
What is that?
technique, it's almost like a baster brush
Okay.
with 4 rows of silicone bristles. You can get it at Oahu Garden Supply, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, what you do is you go. Let me use a piece of.
You have an open nug. What about that gigantic jar?
Oh yeah. Yeah, this one, yeah, okay, yeah, perfect. This is not trimmed, right? So we open this guy up.
Oh, give it to Mike. You want it to trim?
Yeah, here you go, Mike. Take this home. I'll see you in a couple of days. So basically,
With none of it done.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
no.
the counter brush just like you just take the nug, and since the bud was hanging, everything's drooped in one direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just take the brush and it'll just like literally knock this off, and it'll just brush. As it brushes, it fucking trims. Just
Him doing this right now, I don't know if you can see this on camera, is not a good example of the things I was just saying about how like not fun trimming is. You made that look real easy with your fucking finger, you fucking guru.
it's the trim finger. So that's
Stop
essentially
showing off already.
essentially that's what
fucko.
the fucking the counter brush does. It
Yeah,
just
but you just proved it. Oh, I guess this will get tiring after a
well,
while.
not only that,
Not for the guru though.
my
He can do this all night, everyone.
my fucking finger like has all oils on it, right? So oil upon oil, it'll actually strip it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about lick
The-
it after.
The counter brush is silicone, so it'll just fucking brush off.
Flick it. Yes. You'd rather flick than fucking
Bruh,
strip.
fucking Eric, cause
Well, I'm just saying.
talk about vicarious
Flick or
living.
lick.
You're talking about your techniques. I'm just fucking trying
I'm
to
just talking about the fucking counter brush that we carry at Oahu
Yeah.
Garden Supply.
in beautiful white palm.
So yeah, I mean that's basically what it does. You won't do it as fast and violent as that. It's kind of more of like a motion.
Gentle.
Yeah.
Brushing.
But I scoped out fucking
What is that noise?
what's that?
You heard that, right?
Did you
Dogs?
lock it?
Yeah.
Door? Okay. Is that my dog
I don't
fucking
know.
screaming?
Could be.
I hope so. Fuck.
You hope so? My dog's screaming.
Well, I hope it wasn't.
Let me go
fucking-
check on my dogs. Be right back.
All right. So hold that thought, folks, about the canna brush. But anyway, all these things these awesome supplies, like Kalei said, you can find in Oahu Garden Supply. And while he's gone, I'm going to tell you about Voices from the Planet. So as we did with this podcast. We've switched to a bi-weekly schedule instead of doing it every week. So same. I Know Your Name with Voices Around the Planet. I'm going to do that shit. But I'm going to come in here every other Thursday, opposite of Everyone Knows You're High, and I'm going to use the space and record in here.
Are you going to do video too?
Nah, probably not. But I don't know. And then I was thinking, I still don't want to have guests because still we can't just have randos come in here.
Yep.
So no guests. It's going to just be me. Maybe, I don't know.
Bring
Turtle
on
doves.
Sometimes, yep. Maybe I come by sometime.
Somebody just, you can come and work. You can come and hit the switch. I don't know. I'm not going to do video though. That's weird. But, yeah, fuck. You don't want to trim, dude. I'm telling you right now. It's not.
No, yeah, it never sounds fun. Anyone that ever talks about it.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun.
I think you got to be a very special individual who enjoys just sitting and doing that kind of a tedious task over, and you know what I mean? And like when I was doing it, I was like too judgmental of how the nug was looking, so I just was like, not like how you see in the video where guys are just like and they toss it. It's like, I was going like so slow, and then like my hand was cramping. I was like, fuck, I'm over this already.
Were you being like super like detailed about it? That's why.
Kind of. I was afraid to cut off too much.
Oh.
So I think it still didn't. The ones I did still kind of looked untrimmed.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Huh.
And then I remember Kalei one time gave me a bunch that was untrimmed, and I took it home. And I did it with like a regular pair of like hand scissors. You want a scissors that has like reverse spring. You know what I mean? So that it opens for you.
Yep.
But I just did with like
the regular
yeah. Scissors, and I just went to town. Like I just fucking mangled it because my hand was sore.
Yeah,
but
man. That sucks.
So a can of brush. Anyway, so
I like the can of brush. The technique of trimming is like people come in with like a third of their scissors, and they go in and they have to cut with just the top of their scissors, the tips, and just take off the fucking sugar leaves and leave everything else intact. Fucking Stan, man. Stan came out with fucking this Oreos, the cut I gave him. Oh, dude, his trim job is fucking mental. I was like, dude, it's like the nicest trim job I've ever seen in my life.
How much fucking trim does he have, though? A lot.
I don't know. He just does small batch cannabis, so it's not like he fucking...
But he did a fine manicure.
It's nice, dude.
Tight
nice.
and...
Toit.
Yeah. But, so the note to self that I wanted to talk about, it's nothing to do about cannabis, but it's kind of interesting and fun news about the Georgia Guidestones, which I know you said you don't know anything about.
Oh, that shit that blew up?
Yeah.
Drew told me about that.
Fuck, yeah, Drew. I like Drew. I seen him post about that shit, too. But it's a great day for tearing down the system, I suppose. So, did you look it up, what it is?
Yeah, like it was like a quick Wikipedia kind of shit.
So, like, I think it was like in the 1920s, this monolith, each fucking slab of granite weighs a couple tons at least, you know what I mean? And it was erected in Georgia.
By this one dude.
And for a long time, it was anonymous. People didn't know who it was, but like now we know, right?
Didn't he get fake name they said or something? But like all the donors, like they still don't know who gave him all the money.
All the money to do it.
Who he was working for, yeah.
Whoa.
But I want you to pull it up because I want to read. I want to find out exactly what am I doing with this? Why are you giving this to me?
Keep it. Yeah.
Oh.
No, yeah, that's basically what it was. This one dude approached,
Yeah, but let's read what the Georgia Guidestones had written on them, because this is what people point to in the conspiracy world, point to when they say, here's the agenda for the New World Order. This is their plan laid out. And it's kind of like, how the fuck is this thing just sitting here in the middle of a field like a broke-ass knockoff Stonehenge with all these things written on it in all these languages, like in 8 languages.
Okay.
The same, like, it's almost like a 10, I don't know if there's 10, but it's kind of like a list of...
The 10 Commandments.
A list of commandments.
Our population can exceed
500 million for the world.
Did you see the part, too, where they talked about... So the guy approached the granite company. And the granite company was like, we don't really want to do this. So they fucking, like, quoted him something stupid. Thinking that, like, oh, this is so high. Like, this guy would never fucking do it. And he did it. And they're like, oh, fuck. Like, they didn't want to do it in the first place. Yeah. But they ended up doing it because he accepted their bid. That they said they admitted that they fucking like way overbid.
But
they
the
didn't
guys
wanna
who
do it.
wanted it up were just like, fuck, we'll pay whatever we want. Do whatever they want.
It's basically what happened, and they had like this super like detailed like drawings of the angles and fucking where it needs to be.
why in
like,
Georgia?
super like but the spot that it's at can tell the time and all kinds of shit, right?
Yeah, but they could do that anywhere in any.
Oh, I don't know.
plot of land.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. You just
That's-
gotta figure out the angles and whatever. Yeah.
Maybe there's something underground in Georgia. But anyway, so
There's got to be a significance to the geographic location.
everybody points to it
So
as like this is like what the plan is that the fucking elite have for us, and yeah, go. Do you have
so
it?
they
Can
were
you read 'em?
written in English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, and Russian. The languages were chosen because they represented most of humanity, while Hebrew was chosen because of its connections to Judaism.
Okay, not to get
and
into the
Christianity.
details, I just want to know what the things are, what the commandments are.
The first one is maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Number 2 is guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity.
Okay, wait. That one, you know what that means, right? Like not letting fucking weak ass people fucking breed, not letting
Like
dumb people breed. It's like fucking sterilizing people, like having like health regimens and requirements and stuff. Which you might think like that's cool. They want a healthy population, but to what standard, right? Okay, next. That's
And number
crazy.
3 is unite humanity with a living new language.
Which you might think, oh, that's great. That allows people to communicate easily and it brings people together. However, what it does is it removes individuality and cultural and significance and history.
Right.
Next.
I like this.
What is that noises?
Is it the doggies?
I don't know. Is it?
Can we pause and all?
Yeah. Let's pause.
We're back. Sorry for the little pause break there, but it's noises. Unexplained noises.
Outside the
So,
studio.
back to the Georgia Guidestones. Oh, where the fuck did Mike go?
He used the bathroom.
Dang it. All right, well. So, I don't want to, like, spoil it, but I guess everybody fucking knows that it blew up. Somebody, like, pipe bombed it or something, right?
And no one really acknowledged it after the fact, right?
There's no investigation, like, what the fuck happened, and then somebody decided, just fucking tear the fucker down.
Cool.
But people are saying, like, so people are analyzing the surveillance video of the explosion because that exists.
Right.
There's no video of anybody planting the device, right? That hasn't come out.
Right.
Where the fuck's that video? If you have a video of the thing on in the middle of the screen that you can catch it exploding, why don't you have a video of somebody going up and putting it there?
Right.
Right. Okay.
All right. All right.
People also noticed right at the same instant that the explosion happened, the street light that was in the background inexplicably got way brighter and then dimmed after.
Are we going aliens now?
You ever heard of directed energy weapons? But I don't know why they would waste that much money and time and effort just blowing up that dumb shit. So people were saying like, oh, maybe it was a rocket, but like nobody sees the
projectile.
yeah, like so. Anyway, going back to the list of things they have planned for you. Not anymore, suckers. That shit's gone. Fuck you, New World Order.
But it's on the internet.
Yeah.
No, I mean the actual Georgia Guidestones themselves have been pushed down and demolished, and they're probably
Yeah, I know, but everything
be
that's
rebuilt.
written down on that is still there.
No, yeah, we know what it is, but at least their monument to fucking enslaving humanity in the future is gone.
Yeah, but it's the New World Order. What is that little monument's gonna fucking do?
You're absolutely right. It means dick. It means nothing. But anyway,
Or
keep
does
going.
it?
I don't think it's symbolically. It
Does it?
might mean
Remember?
a little.
Remember you said they could have done that anywhere? Why did they do it right there?
No, yeah, but like whoever, if somebody blows it up and like protest of the New World Order, what does that do to the New World Order? Nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
But
Could've
so
done
was
something.
the next thing.
Number 4 was rule, passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason.
That sounds cool, but it also sounds like a world police. Like
I mean, you can take anything that thing says and
All of these
generalize
things,
it.
no, what all of these things, it comes
Someone
down
that
to.
doesn't know jack shit is like saying, "Hey, the fucking air is fucking. You cannot see them, bro.
When all this comes
You gotta
down to
breathe 'em."
is the dissolving of national sovereignty.
You think so?
Yeah, everything's like
Off of that,
yeah. Read the next one.
the 500 million I could
Says,
see.
Number 5, protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts.
Yeah, a world court, a world police.
See now
Individual.
that
Read it.
all right.
That's exactly what that says. Basically,
just
kind of,
just
sort of.
police. I mean, what did it say? Read it again.
Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts.
Just courts, justice.
Yeah, but it sounds like it. But that doesn't mean your country gets to have your fair court, and your country,
Well,
like your
that's not-
country, doesn't get to decide what's fair for your country anymore.
It's kind of like the Bible, where it's a general template of what we. It's super general.
Yeah, but
if it was like, okay, enslave the human race by doing this, this, and this, and this, or like in more specifics.
yeah, but you're using the Bible as an example,
I am very
as a general rule of law for people. How about in the Middle East where they don't do that and they have Sharia law?
Eric, let me pump your fucking brakes. I'm using the Bible as one example
Mm-hmm.
of how something general can be interpreted by so many. The Quran could be the same thing.
Yeah, but that's the thing is,
Anything. Dude.
but that's my point is that those two things exist and they're allowed to exist. Under this, what they're saying is one thing.
I don't know.
Yep, because they're gonna have police and manage the nations, right? It's not like
It's-
our nation. It's not America.
Okay.
They're gonna do this. They're talking about the world.
For someone like me that don't know shit about shit
Mm-hmm.
about this and all that, conspiracy or that rabbit hole,
Mhm.
that's a little bit far fetched for me.
I know it is, but that's why it's fun to talk to you about it.
It's fun. No, this is fucking fun. Don't
I'll
get me
throw
wrong.
the ball as far as you want. You'll fetch it and you'll bring it back.
No. I'll look at that fucker like a dumb stray and be like, I don't know.
You can
boy.
grab it and chew on it for a while, but you'll bring it back.
I won't.
Uh,
I heard about it and I understand that it's oddly
weird, right?
It's oddly fucking, for one, placed in an insignificant area. So we think.
Yeah.
Two,
Astrologically aligned to something, maybe.
could be. Two, the fact that it was on such high budget and all its other background stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking odd.
Yeah.
It's odd. Just like the bull in fucking
Nothing's
Chicago,
odd about
like,
what they have written on there so far.
so far, other than that 500 million, because that's oddly specific. That's a number
Yeah.
that they suggest, which kind of would I see set the tone as a demonic thing, like as something that's fucked up. But everything else we read so far,
Nobody said
wasn't.
anything demonic. It's
I'm
just
not demonic.
they're
You know
gonna
what I
come.
mean? Like,
they're gonna come with that
I don't know, that's just the
500,000
fucking
in a way.
word that I use.
It's gonna come with roses and shit attached to it. It's gonna be like nice and like this is peace for the world. We're gonna unite the world.
I understand, 100%. But at the same time, dude, like it's still general. Like, it's
What can
like,
we do about it, though?
there's
Hooligan
nothing we
system.
can do.
Was that the last one?
No.
Oh.
We're only on number 5.
Oh.
Halfway there only.
Oh,
Number 6 is let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court.
The UN.
Okay, that kind of contradicts everything I said so far.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, cool.
'Cause
But
it's
see,
saying
that
let
contradicts the
nations
500
stand.
million. That right there contradicts the 500 million
Not
because
really.
I mean, how
'Cause
far
that-
can you let society go before you start governing yourself?
Oh.
That number comes pretty fairly
if-
close to 5 million, where shit needs to get tipped and turned to where you
Someone
keep
needs
it
to
there.
control these nations if they're keeping it under 500
How about
million.
this? Because it says they let nations handle their own shit internally, right? So probably like, did you just fart, bro?
Cool fart.
That was this.
Let her rip, bro.
That was like radio perfect fart. Like,
Yeah.
But so
something-
like you handle your own internal conflicts, murders, those kind of crimes, right? But when it comes to like external like shit, then there's gonna be somebody will
it's
manage
happening
that.
already.
Shit
Right.
between Russia
Some,
and
not
Ukraine.
all countries. 'Cause
No,
not
no.
everybody's a part of the UN.
The state and the government.
Yeah, that's America. We're talking about the world now.
No, but it's happening on the smallest level.
No, but yeah, I know. But
District,
what this-
neighborhood.
what this Georgia Guidestones are guidelines for the world, not just
It's a
the United
general
States.
template that's been taken from man for generations.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
so what they'll do is they'll say the problem with having too much people is climate change. Let's just say that as an example. There's too many people. That's why we gotta keep it under 500. That's why we need a world police to make sure everybody's following the rules of this carbon shit, right? And guess what? Based on your GDP or your whatever kind of
DDP,
whatever you got to offer the world determines how much people you can have. So now the crisis is the amount of people in the world. So the world government says you can have this much, you can have that much, you can have that much.
Okay, I'll bring it back to plants. If your biology gets out of control, shit needs to die off for it to maintain balance. That again is a general. I mean, that number is pretty fucking creepy and specific. That not demonic. Creepy
We're already
is the word
at
I wanted to
7.
use.
We're already at 7 billion people.
Right. So that fucking number is out the fucking window.
Right. So
it's a dated number.
So I wonder if they still want that number or are they?
No.
And if they do, how are they going to get to that?
It's not feasible without people revolting. Look at coronavirus. Right. People went fucking nuts. Fuck that. I ain't wearing this shit.
Like,
and how much did we lose?
This was made in the 1920s, right, or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
What was the population in the 1920s?
Fucking 1.5 million.
And then the world population?
I don't know.
Was probably over 500 million already.
I mean, yeah, I would like to think so, dude.
So they already were thinking reduce population.
No, you can't take that rules literally.
Yeah, you're not a conspiracy guy. You're just like you're looking through the window into the dojo.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and that dojo looks steamy and fucking McDojo-y.
Yeah, it's a steamy hot pile. You want to join?
I do not want staff.
What's up, Mike? World population 1920, whatever the fuck.
Oh fuck. Well, 1918, because fuck, I don't know what the hell this thing is saying for 1920. 1918 was 1.8 billion.
It was already double when this thing was made. Okay, what's the next commandment of the Georgia Guidestones?
It was triple, bro. 1.8. Over triple.
Okay, the next one says...
Safe to say that Georgia Guidestones full of shit, bro, so far.
Well, if you think... I don't know.
Avoid petty laws and useless officials. See, boy, you should approach this as read this to Kalei. And then let him make his own assessment... And then introduce what you're trying to introduce.
And tell you what they really mean.
To you.
I think that... Okay, read that one again.
Avoid petty laws and useless officials.
I think we should be adopting that right now. We have some stupid fucking laws, and we just have some stupid fucking officials. So, moving on.
You're going to like the next one then. See, the next one is balance personal rights with social duties.
That seems like a really dated fucking mentality.
Yeah,
that seems like a 1920s thing.
That seems like they want to go.
Who gets to say who balances that? Like
it almost seems like it sounds like a women's rights kind of shit.
Like,
you know, like
is the guy who paid for these stones the one gonna be making these decisions? Like him and his friends? Like
he
who
seems
the
like a drunk fucking rich guy. You know,
who the fuck is he? Like trying to sell this to people? Like, hey, Illuminati, I got some fucking.
Check out my work over here.
How long did it take them to come up with this?
Probably.
He was on the shitter rolling on fucking toilet paper, dude, and
Who
took
was
it down.
there?
All right, what's the next one?
Is prize, truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite.
What?
That doesn't make sense.
No, I mean I get it. I get it.
Is it a religious? That's a religious fucking.
No, it's like it's kind of getting rid of religion because it's not with God; it's with the infinite.
With God is the infinite, right?
Is the infinite
to some people? To some people,
Galactus.
God is not the infinite.
Well, then
God
it leaves
is
it
a
general
bearded white
again.
guy.
What's the infinite? Motherfucker, why are you so general in this stone? What, it's supposed to be set in stone? Why are you so
Maybe
general?
The infinite is just everything. You have harmony with everything.
everything.
Infinite.
It leaves it up to your interpretation, correct?
Yeah.
Next.
Be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. They say that twice.
Whoop whoop.
Okay, that's on the surface sounds super good.
Okay, what's the deeper meaning?
And we've talked about this before too, as the concept of overpopulation versus overcrowding. Okay.
What's the difference?
They'll tell you
overpopulation is a facade, right? You're saying, and overcrowding is actual
reality,
where they put you in pockets of high densities. Dude, I went downtown today. I was like, fuck, that's a lot of people. I just drove 10 minutes out of town into Pro City. I'm like, I don't see that much people.
Wait, I don't get the.
So overpopulation is what it is. It's too much people, right?
Yeah.
But overcrowding.
Oh, you're saying that's more intentional? Overcrowding?
It's definitely intentional.
They gentrify certain areas to where it entices you to move, and then the resources in that area come scarce. So you got to outsource, right? So you essentially keep people on the tit when they stay in those high density areas. You know?
And then it results in people needing their food shipped in from other places and all this thing. So, and if you live in like a gigantic city, like
that's not even a conspiracy. That's like
but the conspiracy the conspiracy part of it is that they'll preach to you that the planet is overpopulated. It's not overpopulated. There's choke room for even more people. It's just that where everybody lives has been strategically placed in certain spots. One, because of access to resources and shit. But some might be intentional because they just want to crowd people in because they're easier to control. And if you live in LA, you feel like it's overpopulated. There's too much goddamn people everywhere. You know what I mean? Even when you're sitting in traffic on fucking the morning rush hour here, it's like, fuck, there's too much people. It feels like there's too much, but there's not. It's just everybody got to go to the same place. It's overcrowded.
No, there's too much people here.
No.
In Hawaii, there
Way
is.
too much.
I got to disagree. Hawaii has too much people here.
How about if not everybody had to drive to town and there was no, is it just that there's too much traffic?
This is where I'm coming from when I talk about there's
people.
too much people here. Like, this island cannot sustain this much people. Like, if we got cut off, like, there's too much people here. We cannot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but-
there's no fucking, like, we've developed this land into concrete.
So what's the
more
sustainable
farms.
number? You guys want to go put it and carve it into some granite and go stick it up in Wahiwa and field? Is that what you guys are
God.
suggesting?
No.
Call it the Wahiwa Guidestones? You
No.
fuckers? What?
No,
You're
I
going
would
to keep
just, I
Hawaii's...
don't have to write it on a stone. Just tell motherfuckers.
That's realistic.
out.
All right, the infrastructure has to be fucking really like in jive with realistic numbers, bro.
Yeah.
But like all that too, like, dude, they keep building more buildings in town. Like, Kakaka's is going up. What is going with this fucking
Overcrowding.
infrastructure though? But, like,
Overcrowding. They're trying
No,
to keep
it's overpopulated. I'll tell you why.
Here's the thing, though.
I can walk the fucking same trails that people don't know. It's not even on not the Trail Quest and Trail Seeker. It's not on that shit. I can walk those trails and people are finding it.
yeah.
I look at the trail, it's being walked all. Before it was like I'm stepping on grass and you know, now there's a fucking trail cut out. And I'm
Well,
like-
Hawaii's a different example because we have a
Right.
location where people lust after, right?
and we're so isolated. So
But I'm talking about, okay, let's talk about like
Montana.
people who live in fucking Yuma, Arizona.
Yes.
In the middle of the desert. You could do that desert living anywhere.
But is it
Not really.
also
But now
because
everybody
of-
moves to Scottsdale.
Well, they make you
But-
fucking the infrastructure to where you have
That's
to
what we're
make
saying.
it-
Yeah, it's because they
Yeah.
built it that way because
Is
it's
it-
access to resources. However, if we invested in infrastructure that could disperse resources to other places, you could make other Las Vegases or
I think that's a budget problem, not a
Look
I
at
want to
me.
overcrowd
Right,
the
look how
spot
much
problem.
millions and millions of dollars it costs to build these skyrise, these high things.
Look at Lake Mead, though.
Could do it.
The-
Yeah, they've
draining
killed
the
that
shit out.
motherfucker.
No, they
but-
can, but yeah, I'm saying they can, but it's a budget problem because they don't give states and whoever enough money to do it. Like,
Yeah, but that's where
shit
the
isn't-
private
that's
industry could
intentional.
come in and kind of do that. But see, I don't know. Maybe it isn't profitable, and maybe the government isn't willing to subsidize those kinds of endeavors because they'd rather just keep everybody living in fucking big cities.
No, I think you're talking about physical space versus actual resources.
Yeah.
The normal human
Yeah.
being fucking lives without their means, lives out of their means, should I say? The life expectancy is just going up,
Yeah,
right?
but if
So you got to think now. You're still consuming now at 90 years old versus someone that died in their 50s that would be in and out in their prime. You know what I mean? So the evolution of man definitely will make it seem like it's fucking an overcrowding or overpopulation, but it's just a lack of resources. And plus, I blame the 21st century. I blame the Industrial Revolution, making things more efficient on people. Because we made it more efficient on people, now people relied on the man to make them their resources. The fucking internet, these phones. Tell me one kid that can start a fire on their own without a fucking match. You know what I mean? Cannot.
tell me a couple adults that can start a fire without a match.
Right.
You?
Mm-hmm.
How?
The Howl method.
The fucking how you gonna look through an eyeglass?
Dude, that works really fucking well.
No, I know. Yeah, spyglass kind of shit.
That on cotton?
Glasses.
The battery?
No, yeah, that's and could it? My kind of thing is like it could be all intentional, right?
Mhm.
To like
Deprogram us.
divorce us from the natural way of living.
Like, put a dependency.
But is that just the evolution and the karma of human society and humankind in general is like to evolve to come to this?
I don't think it's karma.
To get all the way to a certain point where we destroy ourselves and start all over,
Mm-hmm.
and then forget everything we knew and then start all over again and
the Matrix,
start building
man.
pyramids again.
Look at the soil, dude. The soil does the same shit. You know, when things fucking get out of whack, things die off and the strong survive. What they're doing is they're grooming the strong. So when the fucking thing happens, they're the ones that's starting their new quote unquote master race, their correction to the society that we're in right now.
Matrix.
And I bet you, and I call it de-evolution. I think we talked about this too. The further we get away from our founding creators, the stupider we get. Because you leave it up to man to try and make things more efficient because we're lazy motherfuckers. And then next thing you know, we're giving ourselves cancer because we're eating fucking hamburgers that's coming from a window. No
That's
offense.
true. But I'm not gonna lie, I do enjoy the conveniences and comforts of modern society.
I do too. Like a hot shower, you know, or like playing video games every once in a while. Like that's super cool. Because I'm a 90s kid. You know, I grew up around Nintendo. I grew up around fucking cartoons. I like that shit. Skateboarding, you know. That's my era. But I do acknowledge that self-sustainability and that fucking, like, food is medicine, like Uncle Daniel was talking about. You know, that's very important, especially nowadays. And we got to look back. And I have a feeling that the next generation, and we kind of see it already, is going to revert back to founding father ways.
Well, let's just hope society doesn't shut down and we don't get cut off, because
you guys need fucking ducks and chickens? Come holler at your boy.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like that shit already. It's late, bro.
Is it really?
It's like 11 o'clock. It's 11:24. We started super late. You know how every episode I go like, oh, it's only 9 o'clock. None of that shit happened on this one because we started after fucking 9 o'clock. I'm exhausted. Are people still on?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. I don't know if we're gonna have time to finish this whole
We will.
3 batter. Nah, I'm fucking ready to go, dude. I gotta work tomorrow.
Just gotta fucking puff giz, dude.
Make it quick.
Dude, that fucker tastes like gummy bears. That really does taste like fucking white gummy bears, dude.
Oh yeah, it tastes good. I don't know about white gummy bears, but it does
You don't
taste
think so?
sweet and like candy. Like candy.
I knew you were gonna fucking say that.
But so that's the only thing I want to talk about. Georgia Guidestones. Boop boop. Fucking Jenga that shit. And it's funny, like people talk about the algorithm showing you what you want to see and shit. Like I haven't gone on Twitter in like a really long time, probably from before I went on my vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So I opened up Twitter today knowing like a lot of the people I follow will be commenting and, you know, showing videos of this shit. Just like fucking clockwork. Show me all the shit. All the conspiracy posts. All the memes.
So much shit's going down, though, yeah? Like,
Yeah, Boris Johnson, like the Prime Minister of England, just resigned.
what?
Yeah.
Wait, what did he do? I saw that, but I didn't look into it.
I didn't look into it either, honestly. I just saw it as
Like,
on the list
it
of
sounded like
fucked up
corruption
things. Or not
shit.
fucked up things, but like big things
I
that
like
are
how
happening.
Papa T posted the one of Hunter Biden.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, what happened to Hunter Biden?
Just smoking crack.
Oh, yeah, that's
Like
fucking known
naked
already.
in like the bathtub or some
That
shit.
shit was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
funny. I was like, dude, come on now. That he drank a White Claw.
But how does dude, if that
A
was
White
Trump,
Claw.
that would have been everywhere. Everyone would have been up in arms, and what the fuck?
I'm not gonna go that way right now, but dude, like,
That's what pisses me
I know
off.
exactly what you mean, but at the same time,
It's
like,
because it's not real. It's all Russian disinformation. And once you let the public know that that's the case, people just don't care anymore. They're like, all right, we believe you. They're like, fuck. I mean, you wouldn't lie to us, government and news.
well,
It's
sometimes you gotta
crazy,
smoke some
though.
crack.
I get a
Nah,
lot
who-
of my stories from YouTube.
What videos of? There's some
news
crazy shit.
sources are not like
I stay the
normal.
fuck out of all that shit already, because I've come to terms with it being so washed that I don't know what I'm reading already. You know what I mean? I just kind of like, that's fucking funny, and I just scroll on.
I also have a very bad problem with Shark Tank. I can't stop watching it.
Oh no shit.
can't stop watching Shark Tank on YouTube.
My go-to is Ancient Aliens when I just don't want to fucking care and just check out and listen to crazy people. I watched this one recently when they're talking about
I know
fucking.
exactly what you mean, dude. Like I don't like this. I don't want to go to sleep. Just
Yeah, I don't want to think. Like, I'm just gonna watch this and be like,
I want Giorgio to do the thinking for me.
These guys are funny. But there was an episode about like the connection between comic books and fucking aliens, and like how like it's because Superman and all these like connections and shit like they're trying to make, and like all this like alien. You know how they do, right? You know, you're familiar.
So way out of left field.
Yeah, and my first thought was, you fucking dum-dums. It's because these comic book writers were nerds like you guys and were into the same shit as you, so they tied that into their fucking comic book universes, you idiots. Not that it was like divine or like made by like or inspired. I mean, it kind of was, I guess, in that sense, but not like alien intervention. You know what I mean? I just thought it was so funny, like, and like how Thor is actually a Norse god. Like, yeah, no shit. That's why they made him a fucking character.
He's based off of that.
Yeah, exactly. They're not trying to hide it in like they're not trying to be clandestine about their shit. It's like obviously, Stanley them were into some fucking sci-fi shit at the time, and they tied it into their fucking.
I like their Anunnaki episodes.
Yeah, that's like the whole thing, but
I really like. No, I mean like when they focus on like Graham Hancock comes on, they start talking about the Chariot of the Gods.
yeah, but you look into like the newer ones. Graham Hancock ain't on it as much.
I know.
Or it's
Never watched
specifically
those.
about more like the things he's into, because I don't know if they can like co-sign to everything they get on Ancient Aliens. Some of that shit is pretty crazy. Like that comic book one, I was like, you guys are reaching. This is only season 5, guys. Come on.
Dude, did you see that? I think you were telling me about that Disney Plus one where all the Marvel was like, what if? And they had a zombie apocalypse one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see fucking Hulk?
I didn't watch that one yet.
Oh,
I watched like the
dude.
first 2, I think, when like there's like a female Captain America. And
Yeah.
Yep.
It's different. Do you guys see any Doctor Strange?
Yep.
I
Multiple
didn't.
times already.
Oh,
You
yeah.
didn't watch it yet, Kalei?
No.
Nah, fuck.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
It's good, right?
I watched it
It's cool, yeah.
in the theaters.
Oh.
And then the next day it came out on Disney. These
I
motherfuckers.
seen that.
These motherfuckers.
No, I knew.
I was like, fucking assholes, bro. Like,
Did it
but
on
either way,
purpose.
like there's not much movies out lately. There's
Yo,
only
razzle-dazzle.
it was only between that and like Top Gun. I don't know why I didn't choose Top
I
Gun.
heard Top
but
Gun is good.
Yeah, I should have fucking watched Top Gun. But like, either way, I would have went to the movies to watch something.
Yeah.
Like, had a day. Me and wife had time, so
yeah, Doctor Strange was good. I recommend it.
it wasn't too bad. Thor usually never disappoints.
If you're into comic books and you're into Marvel movies and shit, Doctor Strange, and you followed it all, like, it's cool.
I liked Thor Ragnarok. I liked the whole vibe it had. Like, it was super vibrant, the whole thing. Like, just the filmmaking aspect was really good. And I think it kept you in there. I like what they did, the action and everything. So
I
that was
checked
one of my
out, like,
favorites.
The
Oh,
new
that
one
fucker
is
is
gonna
good.
be the same director,
Yeah.
Taika Waititi.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, okay. I know who that guy
I wish I
is.
would have
New
kept
Zealand.
more up in that shit, dude. I fucking
You can go back, bro. The DVDs and all
Bro,
Disney
Fuck, if
Plus,
you got
all that
Disney,
shit exists.
dude, they got all the. You
dude.
just fucking,
Nowadays,
like,
I'll sit down and watch a movie and I'll fall asleep.
me too.
That's okay, and then start it again when you're awake.
I can't even watch a movie. We tried to watch a series. Like, dude, it took us forever just to finish Stranger Things. We watched Peaky Blinders. You motherfuckers watch Peaky Blinders?
Have you seen
No.
Ozarks?
I'm still trying to get to that. Like, I mean,
Wow.
I'm like on like season 2 somewhere, but I stopped because Stranger Things came out and fucking
That
Umbrella
that
Academy
one's
came out.
really fucking good. Rarely do I ever go like
Ozark. Ozark?
Ozark.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I thought it was more like, what is it? Like kind of suspense and like mystery or drama? Isn't it like kind of dark crime kind of thing? Like
Kind
suburban crime and shit?
Kind
No,
of.
it,
Oh.
it,
Yeah,
it
it's
no, no.
Yeah, like tax
Oh, so
embezzlement,
far.
like white collar crime shit?
It's
And
white collar crime, but it ties
into
to
murder?
something so much bigger.
Oh, is it like child fucking
No,
trafficking?
no.
That's it. I'm trying to watch it.
Okay, I'll give you the general rundown of the plot.
Up to season 2.
There's a guy. He's a fucking accountant.
Yeah,
and he-
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman. He's
actor.
very good at hiding money.
Okay.
So he has this firm.
Washing money, yeah.
Yeah.
He launders it.
So he has this firm, right, where he's laundering money. Well, he's actually an accountant, so he's like
Oh,
doing
okay.
all accounts for all these big fucking. So he has a group of guys that's like killing it. So he's helping this one client, and come to find out, he's one of the head guys of this Mexican cartel. So he's like, can you wash my money? The guy's like, at this high percentage, no problem. Fucking washes the guy's money. The guy's all happy with him. And then next thing you know, one of the guys in this firm is skimming off the top.
Okay, enough spoiler.
Okay,
That should
and
entice you
that's
enough.
how they got Jason Bateman into it, because they made him an offer where he couldn't refuse. And so he moves to the Ozarks in Missouri, and that dude starts fucking just doing his thing, dude. And watch it.
It's good.
Yep, I'm not
It's a
going to
good
watch
show.
it. You should finish it, though.
I'm gonna watch it. I will. Once I'm done with these other fucking things. You know, watch Umbrella Academy either?
I did. I watched the
fell
first
asleep.
season. I think
They're on 3 now. I think
forget
3
the
just came
second
out.
It's not as what I
The
expected.
Boys just came out, which I gotta fucking start watching. I didn't watch the new season yet. The
That
Boys,
shit's
did you watch that?
I
You
didn't
watch a new
watch-
season?
I
No.
saw parts of it, dude.
Oh fuck, I didn't get to start it yet.
That's season 3, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't started it
watched
yet.
At all, or just
No.
3?
I haven't watched season 3 yet.
Oh, but
You guys got
you're
any
caught up.
cannabis
Yeah.
questions?
That's a
Man, hit
good
it
show
up.
too.
All right.
What if?
You ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have any questions from the
I
live
don't-
crew?
There's like 4 people on, but if you guys have any
Still.
questions, get it in, because we're about to wrap it up.
I'm fucking super high. My eyes
I'm done with
hurt.
This though.
I know we can finish it off off podcast,
Wrap it
so I
up.
don't have to be alive.
I want
Decompress.
fucking water.
I feel like my brain hurts.
It doesn't. You're just super high.
It's been a couple weeks since you got super high like this and smoked some.
Yeah,
We're on a break.
True that. But so thanks to everyone who submitted questions. I hope we
Drew.
One board Kanaka. What you fucka was it?
Sup
Sup fucka.
Sup fuck.
Sup you sup fucker. And then Too Shy and Mana Mana Vai Vai Kamalo. And who else? There
Tripping,
was
you
some-
remember all that, dude. Yeah, Drew.
Drew.
Third eye.
And wasn't there one after that?
That's all I
Was this
remember.
Drew and Too Shy?
Yeah.
Too Shy.
Hell yeah.
All right. What?
And congrats.
Oh,
Oh no! Don't ask a long question. I'm fucking ready to go.
Okay.
It's almost midnight, guys.
Real quick, what do you think about the Freemasons?
Oh shit! You know, he don't have a quick answer for that.
I think at surface level, even up to 33rd degree, there's probably a lot of good people, and they're just trying to do good. It's like a male fraternal order. People can meet other men of different fucking
Social
opinions.
standards.
Yeah, because anyone can pretty much be a Mason. You just got to be invited, right? So that's cool. But then once you get beyond that, way deeper, I think there's a lot that they're infiltrated and controlling.
So
They might not even know it that they're infiltrated by things like the Illuminati or other bigger groups.
what about the Alex Jones where he busted the fucking that Owl Society?
Well, that's a Bohemian Grove. That's
Bohemian
something
Grove?
different. That's
You sure?
Yeah, it's different. That's complete.
Do you think that Bohemian Grove is like a
Like a real thing?
sub fucking sub fraternity of the Masons, like the
Nah.
higher ups?
I can assure you that there are Masons there in attendance at Bohemian Grove, but there are also non-Masons.
My boy said Freemason jars are cool.
Freemason jars are awesome.
Fuck yeah.
You could give them back to whoever gave them to you when you're done, and they can recycle it.
That's what we do here, man.
No, but because my grandfather
Uh-oh.
on my mom's side was a 33rd degree Freemason
No shit.
in Wisconsin. Yep. And when he died, they had to give back all his shit, except this one pin that I got.
Oh.
And it's a double-headed eagle, which is the symbol of the Russian fucking aristocracy.
So what
back
the
in the
fuck are
days.
you doing with this? Are you now
I just-
a Mason?
No, it was just given to me.
Oh.
And I held on to it because back then I thought it was cool. And then I grew up and found out what it meant. And now it actually was oh shit, this is kind of cool. But my mom doesn't know anything about it because my grandfather never talked about it because he couldn't fucking talk about
That
it.
was your invitation.
So I don't know how deep it was, if he was up there. So who knows? But that's why I think
the pin of approval, dog.
No, that was your invitation. Give that to the guy at the door.
Yeah.
I don't know
You're
where to
in.
go. The one
It's
in
a
the
double-headed bald eagle. You gotta go. You gotta look for the guy with the tattoo on his ass with the double-headed bald eagle, and you gotta insert your penis in his butthole.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get into the society.
You're in.
Oh, I see you got the pin there, Eric.
That's the secret handshake.
Yeah. Two
Here's the
slaps in
keyhole.
stick.
No, but I don't know.
Keyhole.
Like, so I don't know. That's why I think that's a bunch of regular dudes that don't know, and like everybody puts their little emblems on their car, so it's not like a hidden thing for like the general public and the population of Masons. But when you get higher up, like the billionaire guys,
Yes.
who are Masons, they might not even be doing it as like under the like we're the Masons and we're doing this.
And that's why
There
I'm
just
bringing
might
up
be like
Bohemian Grove.
but that's the same kind of thing where like just world leaders and powerful people in
Right.
media and industry get together and fucking male prostitutes.
I mean, they could do
and
that at
party.
Four Seasons. It doesn't mean that that fucking Bohemian Grove is like the spot, or Freemasons is the spot. Like,
I'm sure they do that on a daily basis on their own, wherever the fuck they are in the world, at whatever Holiday Inn or fucking, not Holiday Inn, they're probably not at Holiday Inn. Do you know what I mean? But like, once a year or whatever it is, they get together. Oh, that's fucking words.
get together.
They get together and with all their rich friends who like are into the same shit that they're into, and they get to know that they get to be free and do whatever they want without anybody fucking going and ratting them out. And Alex Jones snuck in and got video of it, and
That's ballsy as fuck, man.
yeah, I mean,
think about it. Like, you don't know what to expect. It's a secret fucking society.
they kind of knew what to expect because they theorized about what was going on in there.
That's theory, though. You really don't know. Like, fucking.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're that deep with Alex Jones and you're talking to people who are insiders, like I'm sure that like what they're telling you is pretty
he
credible.
had intel already.
Yeah, like they talked to people who were like waiters and staff in
Got
there
you.
after the fact. You know what I mean? So they kind of knew what was up, but to be able to capture it and get out with the film and show it to the world was a big fucking deal that nobody fucking knows about.
Can you still
Right?
find that?
Yeah,
Where?
on fucking YouTube.
Oh, did you take all that
Fucking,
shit down?
so Professor P's on.
What's
Orange-
up, Professor P?
What's up, Professor P? We saw you live.
Mind your
It's all
P's and Q's,
good.
sir. The family show.
Orange cheese tested out 28%. Fucking, yeah. Thumbs up. Anything you want to say, man? I'll read it out. Oh, no. Fucking guy went Epstein.
Who did?
This Alaska Math 3. Alaska MAF3.
What about him?
Yeah.
What about Epstein?
He's all talking about conspiracies. He's feeding the fucking dragon over here. Eric's trying to get going, and
You gonna turn that live to me?
He said Epstein. I was like, okay.
He's
get
trying
it,
to
Eric.
keep
throwing
him
out
here.
like, am I freestyling or something? He's throwing out words, and I'm supposed to just like.
Yeah, dude, you're fucking
Fucking flow on
Eminem
that
and just
shit?
flowing.
I mean, I think we should end it. I don't think we want to get into all that, right?
So P wants to jump on. You wanna have him jump on?
We're about to wrap it up. Honestly, it's midnight here. What time? Where does Professor P live?
He lives in Oregon, dude.
Holy shit! So that means it's
3
like
hours ahead or so.
for a little bit, I suppose.
Okay,
I'm getting super
Eric
fucking
says
tired.
for a little bit. How do I do this?
Just let them join and maybe
Yeah.
hold the phone close to the
He
mic.
has to request to join.
Okay, just request to join, bro. I'll bring you on. Put the mic close to the phone then.
I'm trying to
Put the
see this.
phone close to the mic, bro. Just hold the phone up to here,
All right.
so the people on audio can hear it too, and then on the video.
All right, you're gonna see the fucking my face.
Are you
up
able to
close.
unplug your phone?
Yeah.
Where does your speaker come out of? Sorry, I'm being so like
I have
fucking.
no clue. You fucking
I don't
Best
know.
Buy Nazi over here. All right.
Did he not request to join?
I think I gotta request him. Yeah.
No.
Invite
There's
to
a- there's a
join.
Watching
right
these
Oh, you
fucking
can invite.
old
Okay.
boomers trying to figure out how to use this technology.
As
Got
soon
it.
as I join, there's a request to join button.
Yeah,
That's
I
why.
got it.
Eyeballs.
There's my dude. What's up, buddy? Chilling, man. Chilling. We're just fucking on the tail end of our podcast, man. You're on air,
You're live on YouTube for just heads up.
and you're live on YouTube, though. Just letting you know, yeah.
Alright, let's go. What's up, y'all?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Fucking. We just got done smoking some orange cheese, some papaya punch. Yeah, we've been blazing it up today, dude.
Oh, hell yeah. That's the way to go. That's the way to go.
It's
Yeah.
nice to virtually meet you, Professor P. I've heard a lot about you.
Yeah, it's great to meet you, too.
This is my boy Eric. He's also on the show.
Hell yeah, man. I watched it.
Right on. Thank you for checking it out.
Yep, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, you guys are doing good.
Thanks.
Yeah, I enjoy everything y'all are putting out. The people you're getting on, it's diverse. And everybody gonna agree with everyone, but that's the point of it, you know, like kind of getting different points of views, bringing everybody's perspective into that, you know, little microcosm.
100%, man. Everybody has an opinion, so we just let everybody talk, and it's interesting how much common ground you can get just listening.
I don't know anything about that.
Hell yeah.
Talk too much. I do listen a lot, and I've learned a lot, and I've gained a lot from you. 100%, Kalei.
Right
I
on, man.
love you, bro. Like, so much. Miss you. And I can't wait to give you a big old hug. Honestly, like that's
Hey,
all.
you coming to the expo, right? We getting that booth?
Yeah. I got a reserve.
Nice.
Yeah, we're in there. Yep, 100%.
All right.
Yeah, we can do everything. We can do some live. You know, if you want to do some live podcasts and such. 100%.
Yeah, we'll try schedule a night, bring you by the studio, and you can come by and fucking blaze some fatties with us.
Is that February Expo?
Yeah, 100%. Do you guys have a few minutes, or is there something I can bring up to the podcast? Like,
Oh, guaranteed.
Hit to Oregon today, you know.
Yeah.
So I went into my boy's shop, and dude, I love Jackson, Hannah. Shout out to Natural Wonders. They're it's Native American, female owned. This is a beautiful shop. They carry the best cannabis, and they try to bring the best products in there that they agree with. And one of the long time, these are long time friends, man. But one of the longest farms that they've been carrying, they threw in the hat today.
Oh shit.
Geek Farms, and you probably heard of them. Maybe you haven't. If you haven't, you should look them up. Geek Farms.
Farms.
Oregon. I want to give a shout out to them. They've helped me out through a couple different, instances. But one of the times in particular, it was a tough time. I had to close down my flowering garden, and I just want to give them a shout out for helping me out and being on the medical side of things for so long. And it brings brings a tear to my eye, man, to see them folding. And it sucks, man. It's like, seeing where things are, where they're going, and where everything's, everybody's excited in New York at this point. It's like, the same thing's gonna happen. It's like, this is how it goes, because these people, like these big corporations, come and absorb mass losses and just fucking cut the prices down. And they're just absorbing like millions of dollars of losses every year, and they're putting these fucking small mom and pops companies out of business that have been operating for fucking years and years here.
So Pete, what do you suggest for the people of Hawaii to combat that of what happened to the legal market on the West Coast?
It's hard to put like a pinpoint a single solution. But the one thing that I would say is, we have to make sure we maintain the medical programs. I'm also a patient, so I want to make sure that the medical program is maintained and upheld, that our rights are forsaken, Like, don't cut us out of the legalization or whatever they may call it, like decriminalization, whatever, however it goes,
Right.
however it holds. Don't cut out the medical patients. We need to stick up for our rights and make sure that we can, beyond the legalization process or however it unfolds, make sure that medical patients maintain rights and make sure that we have our voice heard. That this can't be just a corporate takeover that, like, hey, something's voted in, okay, yep, let's steamroll everybody.
Right.
Like, they just take over everything, because that's how it happens pretty much everywhere. Whether it's slow or fast, the pace, it just happens. And unfortunately, this is part of the process where it seems like our rights as patients just get dwindled away to nothing. And I think, ultimately, like, we need to uphold that first and foremost, because that's the foundation. That's what this is built on too, because that's like tried and true, what they've tested already. Even if it's like a couple of dispensaries, it's like a medical dispensary, they're piggybacking on our culture and our our work. That's all our work.
Right.
Laid the foundation. We, whether it's the patient feedback, the growing techniques, anything we're attributing to this movement, we need to make sure that the patients uphold some sort of voice and be honored within the foundation. You need to have something grandfathered in, something that the patients can hold on to, and something that the unks, the aunties, so much work has been put in here that people are that won't be aware of, and until we speak of this, or if it gets past that point and we didn't speak about it and it gets steamrolled. That's what we don't want to happen. So we have to speak up, and we have to withhold cultural aspect of the medicinal use and the patients within the culture, and within this new formula or proposed format of law. The patients and the culture needs to be honored. There needs to be something said about the culture too. I feel like that is getting, that part alone is getting undermined, because it's I hate how they say it's an alternative medicine,
Right.
when it's traditional. Honestly, like, cannabis is traditional, and that is one. Like, anytime you're using something that the earth is going to provide, you're looking at something that is that, like, what's beyond traditional, like
Like a plant.
the plant from the earth. Like, if you're talking about alternative medicine, you're talking about
Pharmaceuticals.
you're talking about altering the compound or some sort of adjustment to the molecule. In my mind, I mean, like, that's alternative medicine. Traditional medicine is using plants as medicine, using food as medicine. We're giving back and taking as we receive. We're it's reciprocating, recycling energy right there.
I was gonna say they use language to, like, trick us by giving the word natural, like, tradition, like you said, alternative medicine to the thing that should be deemed as the
Primary.
Natural or primary.
Well, even
They do that with a
back
lot of
to,
shit.
to
They
cultural,
switch
like,
you.
Like P's talking about cultural, right? Keeping our cultural ways intact. Hawaiians, we have la'au lapa'au, like how Kanani was talking about. We use plants as medicine, food as medicine in our cultural practices. So we are being removed or whitewashed away from those practices. Now, what we should do is harness the cannabis plant because it's not in our traditional Lao practices. Adopt that into our practices for Lao and
Yes.
economically restore our culture because it's a profitable plant if you're looking at it through a mom and pop's perspective.
Yes. 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 And more yes. And you should, like ultimately.
Kalei for governor.
Sorry to,
I'm still not voting for you, bro.
Sorry to throw this in there, but I'm saying like, and I you know me, man, and I have a history, a bit of a history over there, and some friends on different islands that are very close to me that also do similar. Similar. You guys are on the same movement, like UA, and UA is a big one. Like Maui, like you guys need to be working this like 100%. I mean, like I'm sure you already are, but
I'm more like, for me, I get really intimidated. I spoke with this on May with the whole when she came on the podcast. I was talking about like I'm intimidated with the verbatim that people use, and I'm intimidated that I may make the wrong decisions based off of this verbatim. So to have people out there that can translate it unbiasedly would actually be really beneficial to me and people like me who really like get thrown off by these words that people produce,
no, because fucking that's the worst part. It's like they pit us against each other in a sense, and if you guys can really establish some, because I know the medical card works for it's all the islands, and like I think there needs to be a further established right, like or just something set in concrete, like set in stone.
Yeah, just like something that gives us amnesty for the corporate takeover.
We don't want that.
Yeah. Something that protects us culturally so that if there should be a corporate takeover, because it happened multiple times in the past, regardless of who fought, we've seen it time and time again through generations. The government imposed their will on Hawaii knowingly without our approval. So we were kind of like, as a group of people, know how to accept, in fucking lack of better terms, the butt fucking of the government. So what I would want is some sort of protection for the people who actually want this. There's also Hawaiian programs in place like OHA that have these money in Hawaiian homelands that they're trying to get to people, but in all honesty, those are not the lands we should be at. We should be at the prime real estate spots, and we should be farming those lands and making some money.
Yeah. Are you in touch with UA right now?
I'm not. I was really swamped with the whole fucking the consulting and the shop, so I haven't been following up with UA. Yeah, but
I'm gonna get you.
When you come down, we'll all go into dinner and just kick it.
Okay. Cause he's been bro. You guys got to work together, man. You'd be you're on point with one another. He's been doing some work over in Maui. He's doing the he's restoring certain parts of the land, and they're replanting native species of plants, and trying to bring back certain different animals that are native to that part, and they're doing it with kids and a school program. They're teaching the kids and
I brought a tissue culture class over, and I was hoping that tissue culture class would kind of open people's minds to diving down that rabbit hole. So I brought a buddy, Chaz, from Colorado. He came by and did just a really rudimentary class and introduction into tissue culture. And
Oh, fuck yeah.
just to spark up that interest in people, because there's a lot of Rapidohea death, and there's a lot of indigenous plants, even endemic plants that are being trampled or taken over by all invasive species. So it's kind of good to know these techniques where you can kind of like, an everyday schmo has the equipment to do that, you know?
Fuck yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Hell yeah. But I got a couple guys over here that's fucking knocking out in weed comas. So I think I gotta wrap this one up, my brother.
All right, my friend. I love you.
All right, love you too, man. I'm gonna see you soon.
Nice to
I'll
meet
see
you.
Guys soon.
There's Eric. All right, brother.
All right, Professor.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap that one up. Nice talking to the homie.
Yes.
Eric's
Tired.
Sperton over here,
I
just
am,
fucking
dude.
eyes rolling. It's
I was
awesome.
like, when I seen Mike's chair go back and recline, I
don't
was
fall
like,
asleep on
oh,
this thing.
jealous,
I didn't
dude.
even
That
put
looks
the footrest
comfortable.
up.
Is your mic down?
Yep.
Oh.
I didn't even put the footrest out yet, and I could fall asleep on it without it out.
I found the footrest when I was working over here that one time. I was like, Brad, this
Dude,
is
that's
comfortable.
dangerous.
Shit,
All right, well, let's wrap it up.
All right, cool.
Let's wrap it up. Tell the people where they can find the guru.
Thursdays, Oahu Garden Supply, 95140 Leo Street, Waipahu, Hawaii, 96797.
Beautiful Waipahu.
Majestic.
And on Instagram.
The Grow Guru Hawaii and Oahu Garden Supply.
Yeah. And everyone knows you're high, too, sometimes. And you can find me on Instagram at Voices from the Planet and Spotify and iTunes and the like for the Voices from the Planet podcast. Hawaii's slowest rising podcast. I might have not have mentioned that in a while. And don't forget to check out the man behind the scenes, Bud Naked.
It's awesome photography, man.
And our wonderful sponsors, let's not forget them. Small Kind High.
Small Kind High by Solidify.
Mahalo.
Fucking Hemper Co. Kind of, sort of, maybe. I don't know. Sounded like it's official.
Congrats
Maybe I'm
to
word
One Board Kanaka.
One
winning
word
that ocean
Kanaka.
box.
Sapu Faka.
Showed him that next month when we like hold that
Next
over.
month's Hemper box, a tornado box.
Oh,
try it out.
That bong looks fucking badass.
That looks cool, yeah.
I want one of those.
That's something on the shelf. I was thinking about subscribing myself, though. But I'm like, nah.
Why? Like try to win them.
I know, I was going to tag myself.
Employees
cuz.
are ineligible.
Nah, no need, bro. Fuck that.
No, but yeah. Go check out those guys. Check out fucking... What is it?
Oh, the rest of our sponsors?
Yeah.
Oh, Brutal Mars Art.
Spells.
Brutal Mars Art
Yeah,
and
Pride of Shame.
Spells Skills.
Small Kind High by Solidified. That's it.
Yeah.
And fuck it. Meat Lux. Get your Wagyu beef.
Too bad.
Meat Lux. You guys are official sponsors. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Bring that meat.
Bringing that meat.
All right. Thank you guys. See you guys next episode.